floating right by me. Like how time does fly. So why should I stop making music that I love? Best you cut and drain out my blood. It's in my heart, it does what it wants. It does what it wants for real. A lot of things I wanna say, cause a lot of things that I just feel, yeah. But I'ma keep it to myself, yeah. You know how it is, yeah, yeah. I ain't really give a fuck about looking that chill, man, I'm real, yeah. I'm alive, a lot of questions that I ask myself. Is the weed good for my health? But it really makes me feel felt, yeah, yeah. A lot of cards in my hand was dealt. I didn't have a choice, but I try to figure out how to leave it alone and grow. Sometimes I lose control. Yeah, yeah, nobody knows how I feel. I'm like a ghost. Niggas talking boast. Fuck that shit, let's have a toast. Most of y'all just do the most while I try to let it flow, yeah. I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive.
She's looking at me too, wearing all your shoes, tripping, staring at the moon. Why you had to leave so soon? When they took you away, the pain it stayed more than 1,000 days. Never walked away, and the feeling you gave me remains. Lift me up each day. Never walked away. Angels from above looking down, up from above. Take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. Pictures looking at me too, wearing all your shoes, tripping, staring at the moon. Why you had to leave so soon? All the times that we shared, memories coming back again. Can't forget what we had, all the good and the bad. And I'm feeling so scared. Truth is that you're not here. Wish I could see you again. Just say when and where. Angel Angels from above looking down, up from above. Take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. Pictures looking at me too. I remember you wearing all your shoes. I remember you tripping, staring at the moon. I remember you. Why you had to leave so soon. I remember you. Angels from above looking down, up from above. I remember you. Take you up on a trip tonight, up tonight. I remember you.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Conversations open so wide. Move into the night. Nothing like a trip to get me back in the mood. Bump this bump all night. Get it right. Everybody come grab somebody. Get naughty, don't need no light. Get it right. Alright, say we're going outside. We having fun tonight. Get it right. Walk up to me like rump up or cruise like the Angela style. Get it right. Anything that you want, as long as
I've been thinking about a lot of things of lately. See the way I feel, I think that I should let you know. I've been on the road, it was dark and lonely, slipping slowly. I was lost for a moment, trapped in time, but I found my home. Cool and calm, yeah, we're there. Give thanks to a life for my prayer. Skank on the beat like Slayer. Out here in the street with no strayer. Don't think for a minute that we fair. Cause the energy, it too way up. Watch your back, never down, yeah, we stay up. Chillin' on the top Himalaya. Chillin' on the top Himalaya. Take time now, if you don't know how. Me I go teach you so this I no flex on. Bring the checks on, put some respect on. Me music, the lyrics are my weapon. Turn the negative into a lesson. Give the youth some need some progression. A little session, easy tension. No so the thing go on nice, alright, alright. Cool and calm, yeah we there. Give thanks to a life for my prayer. Skank on the beat like Slayer. Out here in the street with no strayer. Don't think for a minute that we fair. Cause the energy, it too way up. Watch your back, never down, yeah we stay up. Chillin' on the top Himalaya.
Sick remedy. Your kiss intoxicates me. I crave the touch of your hand. Some say this ain't healthy, but they don't understand this crazy love. Can't get enough of your crazy love. It plays on my mind like a broken record. This crazy, crazy, crazy love. Ooh, crazy, crazy.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I am Lick.
And I am Kemba Joe.
Gosh, if you all only know what we were just talking about, my gosh, I swear. They don't want to know, you know.
No.
They would look at us so differently.
And you know what? I don't really care if they do, but I also feel like we deserve to have things just for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But anyway, you're welcome to it. Another Wednesday.
Another Wednesday.
Another episode.
Very
another week.
To be here. We just look forward to it. We look forward to it.
Olia, she love us.
These girls bringing out a mushy side of me that I cannot stand.
I tell her a little mush. Nothing wrong with a little mush.
Well, I mean, come on, it's us. We're talking about.
I remember Tony last time. So what did you?
I know why. The same reason that it is you mentioned just
I was about to say that is why.
But you go let it be. It's alright.
Oh gosh,
it's
how are you going? How was the weekend and the week so far?
I am good.
I did like nights, I know.
You did like
I did like nights. Let me see. The weekend was a blur. Oh, let's see how I come in here this afternoon. Already top was wrong side.
Oh gosh, well yeah.
It was the braids was just in the bun. I just would like to say thanks. Home renovations is the ghetto.
Oh, the ghetto.
The ghettoest of the ghetto. And you know, we all right. We had the allergy meds last night, so we drowsy all now, but that's all right. My contacts are in today.
Yes, girl. We see you.
I thought about
you see us.
Because when I was doing my makeup today, I was like,
oh yes, you were supposed to do glasses.
Yes.
Nah, that's all right.
I said to myself, knowing Kemba, she is going to be wearing her contacts.
Yeah, no.
And
I said no. We was trying it. It was shaky. I ain't gonna lie. It was real shaky.
What was shaky?
Making sure that they were in because my eyes have been burning. There's another plume of Sahara dust that's making its way to us very soon. Plus the construction things. I can't be glasses free and be great. But today is a good day. What else I did? Monday I went to celebrate my cousin's birthday at Wing It. So big up Navy and the whole Curacy posse. My cousin didn't go Curacy, but it's as if he went, and it was nice. It was a really nice life.
Curacy boys, and this
Don't
is something I
start.
was told.
Don't do it.
Please.
They all have a certain level of confidence that I think is built in.
Yes.
Lord,
by the teachers.
From the moment they walk through the gates.
Yes. They
Magnum
all
est.
have this sense of bravado.
Yeah, don't tell Forbes that. Forbes,
tell
if
Forbes
you're
that.
if you're watching, sorry, because Gerald cannot. She cannot. But the thing is, she know why, and she always has a lot of respect for them, and she say it. She's like, she cannot stand it, but there is a je ne sais quoi. Kind of like how.
I know what to say. It's kind of like how people feel about us.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay.
I like it.
I shan't make any comments about my affiliation to Curacy Man. Navy went to Curacy.
Every single Curacy fella I know think that there's the bee's knees. God's gift.
But it's the ones that don't say it out loud, and it's the energy that speaks for them.
Yes,
that's what we appreciate.
Big up Navy 2 times.
Is he quiet in front there? Not a word.
So that was a nice start to my Monday. And then just trying to make it through all the different things and pieces, and that was it. Overdue a beach though.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
need to hit the sun,
right?
I never with this yellow vibe at all. Is not it.
A little bronzing.
I need it.
Okay.
I need it. I'm trying to go to Tobago now because you're staying there stranded because Commonwealth Youth Games are happening.
Day trip, your girl going.
Your girl is real pressure for flights and sailings and things.
Yeah, no pressure in the camp. So it had to be after.
Say
when.
Also, when? I also have a place we can stay.
I like that.
So yeah, I might stay. Let me go.
Let me go to Tobago.
You're free to join.
Let me go. Let me go to Tobago.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know it. I don't know it.
That's all right.
That's so funny.
But to be fair, that's the only line I really know. Sorry.
Okay.
That's where it begins and ends.
That's where it begins and ends. So what about you, Chris? What you did?
What do you think I do?
She sing and she talking about going beach for the day. I wait.
It will have to be a beach on a Tuesday. Anytime you're on the
cannot be a beach on a Tuesday.
It has to be in the week. It has to be in the week. Homegirl works on a weekend.
So
I give up. Me know when that gonna happen.
Legitimate work, girl.
Me know when that gonna happen then because your girl is be working on a Tuesday or hot Tuesday.
The best time to go to the beach is on a Tuesday or Wednesday.
I agree.
Can't do Wednesday, so we had to do Tuesday.
Who said we gotta do Wednesday?
When we go in. During the day.
And then we'll just come here.
Salty. Look at how
salty and sandy and bronze.
No.
And bronze.
We hit any camera bronze.
Absolutely not.
That is you.
No. You know what time I started getting ready for the show?
Too early.
Tell us the time.
12 p.m.
Too early. See, 12. Too early o'clock. Too early o'clock.
So that I can leave my house at 3 p.m. because I usually need 3 hours to get ready, right? For anything. 3 p.m. so that I can beat the traffic getting here.
I understand that.
That's the only reason I get ready. So
that's
early.
I understand.
And then I chill for the next couple hours, and do, and that's it.
I get that.
So I start getting ready for
that is too early o'clock.
12 p.m.
Too early o'clock. You know what time I started getting ready?
If I didn't have to deal with traffic, it would have been later.
Kemberg.
When is
Oh dear.
Well,
I mean,
we coming from work, so
listen, that's how I started getting ready. And guess what? My 5:45 every day. We use radio.
Well, all right.
Face on, voice on.
Voice is always
on.
Focus.
Absolutely.
Voice is always on.
Always on.
So what about you, Lex? Wait, Lex didn't say what she do yet.
Over the weekend?
Yes.
It's holy. Just move on. I ain't finished.
I suffer because I have no water.
Sorry, boo.
Sorry there, honey.
Lex, do your thing.
It's a setup I cannot handle. What happened or what didn't happen?
No water.
Oh God.
Oh no.
It was not fun.
I
can't deal with that.
But it came back. So
Praise the Lord.
things are much better now.
What went on today with the whole power outage?
B-Mobile was
Yes.
down.
No,
Up to
Mercury
now, I
is in
still can't
retrograde
call
again.
Digicel. I don't use my digital phone to call.
But I didn't.
Digicel
think
numbers.
because I
Mercury
was digi.
is in its shadow period, pre-shadow. So anytime that happen, it's just nobody's belief was be going on in the cosmos. You know, there's not was the astro girlies and thing, and there's not the messages coming from the universe. But every single time. But that's alright. So just we had a woosa, we had to take time out, and it's back though. They didn't say what caused it.
No.
They just said it happened. Praise the Lord. Did
I
you
can tell you what happened.
Oh no, conspiracy
and then,
theory.
Oh, Jesus.
We're not doing that today.
And then
Every
they give you all
country's
data.
gonna experience a blackout with the internet and whatnot,
But,
and that is a reset. And we'll stop it there, right?
It's a reset.
We
No,
will
it's true.
have our conspiracy theory episode.
It's a reset because I understand completely.
Okay. Somebody just
Okay.
messaged me and said, "But good Lord, what is like all your topics are about my life?"
Oh,
That's always do the
sorry.
things like that. It has to be real. It has to
Sorry,
be
we
real.
did not
Nice
mean.
boy. Call us.
Did
Tell
not
us
mean
all
to.
about it.
Right, but we just want to jump into the chat real quick. The
started
chase,
early.
of course, the chase. I don't think the chase has been on
Is
before.
he new? Hi, the chase.
Hi, the
Oh, I've seen a
Chase.
picture.
Looks-
Is he cute?
I think it's a
Papa,
lady.
It's a girl?
First of all, she's
right.
gorgeous.
Navy's like she's.
Yes, she
Names
was.
your people.
Oh,
Hey,
hi,
Sonia.
Oh, she's a singer. What's
So
her
you
name?
know, Hot Eyes.
Sonia.
Sonia.
And so she
Messages,
was
please.
tuned in, of course. Yes, Killer B. She came on early o'clock. Candy Morgan also feels like this is a new face and name. Well,
evening.
new
Hi,
icon.
Candy.
Good evening. Yes, you see. Oh, wonderful interaction so far. The quiet ones for real have a something that's about curiosity, man.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Candy girl, run. Anyway.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I could say that. Fire Wolfman, always on. Greetings and blessings,
Hi,
ladies
Fire
and
Wolfman.
everyone. Missed the live last week, but all caught up now. Yes, big up Navy, probably the only good curiosity. Went above the call during the game's opening on Friday. Yes, yes,
Very nice.
most definitely. All right, and then of course just the chase or confirming who she is and who's here, and Candy jumping on to say yes, it's Echo. Happy to have you ladies on, and happy to have everyone on. Don't forget to like, comment, and share so that
Yes,
we can
please.
get the word out there for all of the things that we talk about and all of the community that we are aiming
Indeed.
to build.
And let's say it again, please, Camber. We
What's
can't
that?
say it enough. We really would like you all to like and share the live.
Yes.
You understand? Like it up, because the more likes we get, the more the algorithm will open us up to more people viewing it on YouTube.
Yes.
So please like it, share it with your
The
people.
topics are always
Even-
a vibe. Like
yes,
you can
I'm
relate
getting
to
people
so many
messaging
persons.
me privately. Somebody else said, what did he say? You did it once again, right? Never again either. 50-50. It's either 50-50 or nothing. No
Right.
relationship.
Yeah, for
Indeed.
sure.
Yes, this one gonna be a doozy today.
For sure. Time Ferry is making sure that we do our piece.
One more. I want to make
Absolutely.
sure that those who would like to hear their music, any artists, up and coming artists out there, you want to hear your music played on our platform, please submit to music at OURradio.fm. That's music at ourradio.fm.
Absolutely. And
100% local.
That is super important because we want you to get ready as KFC presents our
Ooh.
DJ battle.
Wait for your money, girl.
Hi. So, of course, O.U.R Radio is looking for the hottest young DJs and announcers to become part of our patriotic lineup and represent Trinidad and Tobago music the right way. We want to know, do you have what it takes to impress our celebrity judges and entertain the fans live on air? Then now is your chance to win a brand new set of DJ equipment, vouchers, and a one-year contract with OURradio.fm to fill our coveted Friday night slot. Register today by sending a 15-minute demo mix to DJ Battle at OURradio.fm. Contestants must be 18 years and over, and the deadline for submissions is Friday, September 1st. I'm going to repeat that. The deadline for submissions is Friday, September the 1st. Contact and keep it locked to our Instagram page at OURradio.fm for all contest details. So, submit your demos now and get ready to win our DJ battle. This, of course, is brought to you by KFC, Streamline Systems, and O.U.R Radio Limited.
Well done.
Lovely.
Golden voice. Yes, I.
Hi.
Right. All right. So we have done our due diligence. We want to go to a quick commercial once more, and then we will resume. Right. And what we're talking about, so the people will know, we are discussing ways to avoid losing yourself in a relationship. Only we talking relationship things today. It's been a minute since we spoke about relationships.
It's true.
Yeah?
It's
we
true.
It's
It's
because
true.
you know they say about women, all we could talk about is
Correct,
man,
is right.
all we can talk about is relationships and that kind of thing. So we try to spread it out, guys, because there's a lot
Wide
that
and
goes on in a
varying.
woman's life besides members of the opposite sex. Okay?
Absolutely.
So ease us up, thanks and please. All right, we're gonna be talking things about losing yourself in a relationship. We're going to discuss what it looks like, and we're going to discuss ways in which to avoid that. All right.
Yes,
It's
and
two people coming together.
Just
all
for us
right?
to clear that space before we start fresh again. Hey, Lendl, he says, good evening, dear ladies of Island Girl Talk.
Hi,
Spot
Lendl.
on, as always, glowing in beauty as your premium guest.
Hey.
And Crystal, how was your crowd when you display your great voice? Give me feedback.
Which show you're talking about, Hannah? Did a few over the weekend.
Well, all of them, of course. And well, Candy says that Son and I hopped on today because this topic was too good to resist. Definitely first timers. Happy to be here. Oh, wow. And Fire Wolfman, yes, the segue banter.
Candy, please message us your
Thanks.
Instagram handle. We would love to pick you up. On our fan love.
Absolutely. You can, of course, find us on Instagram as well
Yes.
at Island Girl Talk TT.
Yes,
Okay, that's
I
it.
can be Joe. We're gonna keep it locked right here to Island Girls Talk. We will be right back after 1 minute. 1 minute.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like warm sun, shine for me, baby. Shine down, 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 down. You're playing for me. You're acting away like you know me. Come and tell me now, what's your story? Yeah, give me the rundown. Look at the way you keep me glowing, like butterfly, I never come down. I'm floating away with a wondrous feeling. This kind of attraction have so much meaning.
We are back. We're back with more show for you guys. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Lick.
And I'm Kemba Joe.
And ladies, we're talking in things today.
We are.
Yes,
We are talking in things. Like we said, we have a nice little lineup for you all today. Lots of good things coming. We have a guest today.
We do.
Woo
The
woo!
lovely Charlie Griffith.
Always fun when we can spotlight
Yes.
and learn and share and of course provide a platform for wonderful folk who are talented and we just, that's what we are about here at IGT.
Some of you all might remember Charlene from the two-person duo. Oh, that was redundant. The two-person band is what they call themselves. 2 and 3.
Yes.
She used to be in a group called 2 and 3
They
with
were
her
really
sister
good.
Kelly.
They were really good.
at SAS
Yes,
They were
as
at SAS.
well.
Yes.
So we're gonna see her today. She is a solo artist nowadays, going by Charlie, not Charlene. Charlie Griffith.
Charlie,
Right?
love it.
And we're looking forward to seeing and hearing from her.
Absolutely.
All right, but right now, with that,
we commence
our topic of the day.
Yes.
Ladies, how to avoid losing yourself in a relationship. Whoop, child.
I mean, and guys too, as always, how to just,
course.
people,
Yes.
right? How to anybody.
Persons.
But we know, of course, that women tend to suffer this feat often. And,
Because more is expected of
right,
them.
and we are women. So just keep that in mind as
It's a
we
woman's
chat
show,
about
it's
things.
alright,
It
but you guys
is,
have
it
to
is,
support.
it is. I know, and I just always think about them in that way. Because, I can't, I doesn't know none about relationships. So who,
Why you have to say it like that, though?
I cannot with you.
I doesn't. It's not
So,
like that.
I mean, we're not gonna get in straight to the how to. Oh, our guest is downstairs.
Okay, great. So we'll take care of her, make sure that she gets up
Lex, why
safely.
don't you begin? Have you ever been in a situation where
Yes, I have.
you felt like you have lost yourself in a relationship?
I have, yes.
Share what you
It
can,
is,
darling.
it is quite an experience because finding yourself again is quite a journey. So it's one thing to lose yourself, but clawing your way back,
Right.
it's not easy. So
What is it like to lose yourself
What
in
I
the
would
music
say
the
is,
moment you
okay,
own it,
so-
you never let it go?
the moment you own it, you never let it go.
You only get one shot, do
Alright,
not miss.
Eminem.
Hold on. You only get one shot, do not miss it. Because opportunity.
Yeah,
Comes
you
with
get
it.
it mad.
I'm done. No. I'm not rapping it. Take the floor, Lex.
You've
I
only
am
got
sorry.
One shot. Do that, bitch.
Lex, I'm just a lot you today.
Yes, Lex,
So
go ahead.
for me, it's not something that you realize in the moment, right? Of course, because you're in it.
Right.
I would say that I'm going forward before I actually talk about it, just so that persons will understand how I realized.
Right.
And it was a moment when a friend of mine asked, "But who are you?" Listen. Well, what do you mean? Well, no, who are you? And I struggled. I talked about being a mom. I talked about work, like all sorts of things that had absolutely nothing to do with who I am, essentially as a person.
That is
So the things that you do,
Correct.
the people that you're there for, but not who you are
Yes,
as
to
a
your
human.
As if
Okay.
you are introducing yourself to someone and trying to let them learn you, like leading with what you do for others and what you do as your career or job.
Right.
It doesn't really allow persons to know you as a person, truly. It could tell them what you're good at. It could tell them what goes on in your life from day to day. It's a part of you, definitely. But in terms of learning who you are, it's much deeper than just those elements. Yeah.
I see, says the blind man. And so, is it fair to say, I think, that, and when I say I didn't know, I mean, I was being absolutely
Yes.
ridiculous, but folks with a very strong personality or a strong sense of self, I imagine, don't get as trapped as easily. And I say trapped, or they don't fall into that hole. Do you think?
No, I know.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I know.
Tell me more.
Because you feel as though you are independent, you're strong, you are, the person that somebody will describe, somebody who knows you as a strong friend.
Right.
So when persons are learning that you are in this and experiencing, it's a shock. So everybody's like, what? But that's not you though. But I'll tell you why. It's because we get stuck in a space where we over-compromise. And you get to a point where you just want to please because you want to be in this relationship. This relationship is what is important to you at this time, right?
Okay.
Yes, you are who you are and you are strong and you have strong opinions, etc. But because you're compromising so much, because you want to retain what the relationship is and what it means to you, you totally become somebody else. Like you lose who you are.
So you're so consumed by this person. This is the focal point now.
The person, what the relationship represents,
Yo.
you wanting to be hyper focused on the future, everything that a relationship could be, and you just get wrapped up in that.
Were you
What
really
does that-
telling me?
What does that look like too in terms of the rest of your circle? Do you find yourself avoiding friends, avoiding family, not avoiding, but
I was
getting
about to
so
say not
wrapped
really
up,
avoid.
getting so wrapped up in the relationship that you don't make time for the people
Correct.
that you would
Yes.
normally make time.
Yes, definitely. You get absorbed.
Right.
Absorbed
So
is the word.
it's this complete consumption, or just you are so wanting to be. I mean, To me, that just sounded like falling in love.
Yeah, well, no.
What does something
Here,
like
what
that do
happened?
to
Here,
your
what happened,
self-esteem?
right? Oh no,
Sorry,
it
what
destroys it. So here's what happens, right? What you find is you are spending your time. You would have free time, you'd have leisure time, but that is spent with your collective friends, the friends that you share, or his friends, but not necessarily your friends, and what you like and the things that you usually do. Even me time, just doing things on your own, is like, what's going on?
So okay, so I think the only time I could, and this is going to be trippy. And it's probably going to explain a lot of things. I'll be like,
Our guest
to
smelling
me,
good boy.
she walked in.
and
have
it's like,
to say.
oh, my nose went with her.
Yes,
Our guest just walked in and
it's my
she
kind of
is-
scent
she
too.
smells good.
Floral and beautiful. Anyway, yeah, to me, Licks, you've described, at least for the few times it's happened in my life, what it is to fall in love.
So then my
Does
question
then-
does the like I hold on. The falling in love is a
So
scene,
now you're asking yourself, like, was it like really completely absorbed, or was
Well,
it like love where
All right, guys, let's take a pen.
Oh,
We seem to be having some technical difficulties.
no problems?
Alrighty, you can hear us. You probably can't see us. Let us know in the chat.
Let us know if you can hear our voices still, please, by
And
putting
so,
fire.
if
Put
you
some
can
flames.
hear it, then we know that we're good. If you can see it, then just the cameras right about now, looking out in the chat. Can you hear us?
Real talk.
Yes. Robert Christopher is a new name and face.
Okay,
So-
Colin says
So
he can hear us.
They can hear us, but
Great.
they just can't see us. All right, guys, just
Okay.
hold some strain.
Apologies. We'll be
I feel like
back
we could keep the
soon.
convo going. They could hear us instead of not.
All right, guys, keep it locked. We're going to take a very quick break, see what's up. We'll be right back to continue this conversation. Licks, stick up in,
No
We
problem.
moving.
I'm
All
here.
right, we're gonna
All
pause.
right.
Now that you respond, I can see clearly that my love not going in vain. All I want is for you to show me, my darling, that you'll be here through the pain. Yeah, Bunny swear Yankee, I'm in now. 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 Please afraid to say you love me, love me. Come show me that you love me, love me. Show me that you're with me. Yeah. Please afraid to say you love me, love me. Afraid to say you want me, want me. Show me that you're with me. No need for distance now that you hear me. Go the extra mile and I shame. Cause you're my heart, you are my lifeline. We can go forward, focus on name. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yankee, I'm in now. Now when you're forward, all your love, please. Yankee, I'm in now. Forward it forward to me. Yankee, I'm in now. I won't play with your dash out the thing for me. Bunny swear Yankee, I'm in now. Hear me when I say, baby. Bunny swear Yankee, I'm in now. Bunny swear Yankee, I'm in now. I'm here with you, baby. Bunny swear Yankee, I'm in now.
So no summertime fling. Rocking to the rhythm and the style we are bring. Energy electric, I step in at the ring. Chipping and a chipping with a pretty little thing. And I know that it's gonna be my day. Spread the love and it's gonna go my way. Middle of the road and we can't do a thing. When the vibes start popping out, popping out, popping out. Yeah. Feel it when the sun comes up, even when it rains down. Don't miss the magic. So blessed to have it. written in your soul, yeah. Go ahead and let the world know, yeah.
From night until morning,
Yeah.
them already know that them want it.
Hey, yeah. See me out, going my way. Spread the love and it's gonna be my day.
It's a whole set of gal in the street party.
Now the whole thing popping out, yeah. Feel it when the sun comes up, even when it rings out. Don't miss the magic. So blessed to have it. Yeah. She just wanna have some fun, and I just wanna get down. Don't miss the magic. Yeah. So blessed to have it. So blessed. It's the new calypso.
As she shaking up, she hips so.
It's the new calypso.
As she shaking up, she hips so. Yeah.
See me out, going my way. Spread the love and it's gonna be my day.
Yeah.
We got the magic. Believe in the magic. Believe in the magic. We got the magic. We got the magic.
We're back. Thanks for holding on for us, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I am Lex.
And I'm Camber Joe. Lex, we was where?
And
Yes.
we were discussing ways to avoid losing yourself in a relationship.
Yep.
Just in case you're now joining us. And Lex was giving us a little insight. Talk
Yes.
to
Yes, it was about the in love.
Yes.
Right? Because I could only equate that kind of losing myself
To be in.
to fall in like tutul bay, mash up yourself, grate up your face,
Right.
bruise up everything.
So then
Right.
my
In love.
question is, what we deem as falling in love, is it healthy?
What I deem? Nah. And that's probably why I do happen often.
Oh, okay.
Because everything that she discussed
No, ma'am.
is what Lex is saying
Right.
is
Yeah.
wrong. It shouldn't be.
Well, not wrong,
you know,
but
Unhealthy.
Unhealthy.
Dangerous.
Yes.
And Kemba, you think that's what falling in love is like?
Well,
so then we have it wrong.
that is my previous experience in this life, falling in love, right? Can't tell you the last time it really happened. And maybe that's why. Because it's a whole new sense.
and
of
it's a
self.
lot of balance.
Yes.
It is a lot of balance.
Absolutely.
So what it is we experience as, getting totally wrapped up and, as you say, totally
Rhoda
in
Bino
love.
says falling like what, Kemba?
Yeah, but like what?
Falling like what, Kemba?
Don't know that, Rodel.
Right.
Oh gosh.
It's a balance. So many times you find yourself not being able to be you, and you are completely wrapped up in that person. Okay, let me take a step back. Let me start to do things again.
Right.
For myself, by myself sometimes. Absolutely nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah.
You will have times where you all will do things together and you do your own thing.
Yeah.
Make sure and have your hobbies, the things that you like to do.
So I think that ties into the whole attachment theory. Buzzword,
Something
buzz
that
things.
we need to discuss in
Absolutely.
the not
So
too
it's,
distant future.
the avoidant attachment versus the anxious attachment. And I guess the unhealthy space is that anxious attachment. I need to be in your space 24/7.
Bro.
There's a song, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's a Jason Derulo song. Basically, want to be in your space. And I heard it recently. I was on air this week. And I was like,
Boundaries are a thing.
not all Kemba. If I want to love you, I want to be in your skin 24/7. No, a chance.
Yes, a chance, please.
Please, and thanks, and please. And so it's interesting, the whole lose yourself and the comparison. But anyway, you were talking about, what that could look like, I suppose. And it's this complete consumption. Okay, what else?
So, as I was saying, on the surface, look at you. Hi.
Sorry, on the surface.
On the surface, because you're asking like normally somebody who is strong and independent wouldn't normally fall into that category. But that is so untrue. There are so many women that you look at them and you'll be like, oh my gosh, she's fire and she's strong and on the outside, but look at her relationship.
But those two things can also be true, because you could be fire and strong in all of the ways. I'm talking to myself. And then because of maybe something that's undeveloped, something that is missing in yourself, then in a relationship it's like, who is this?
Right.
Oh dear.
Like I've always...
we're not talking about vulnerability either. Being vulnerable is fine. What we're trying to avoid is
losing yourself.
Yes. And totally.
I don't like this.
That's what I'm talking about.
I will say this. I have always pride. I always take pride in my strong personality, and in many a relationship, this is not something I'm proud of, but the person would always get wrapped up in whatever I have going on, right? Not something that I would plan, but it just ended up being that way. But I will say there was this one relationship where I wouldn't say that I would have lost myself in the traditional sense, where I'm doing everything for the business, all about them, but they had, dating them wasn't just we weren't in a bubble. Dating them was like dating their friends, their family as well, which was okay because it was a healthy situation going on. But certain, I didn't realize it until when you 2020 is hindsight, as they say. What is it? 2020 is hindsight.
Yeah.
So, or hindsight is 2020. And what I realized is certain things that I like. For instance, there's a certain day of the week where I love to have my time to myself. I wouldn't call this the day, because if this person watches it will know
that's
what
okay.
I'm talking about.
Don't worry about
it.
But
that particular day was my day.
Right.
My day.
Just having flashbacks.
But on that particular day, there was a certain thing that had to be done. If you do that thing, you offend people. You know what I mean?
McGill.
And
the things on the table jumping.
You just fall into a routine and you get into it. But there are times you just really don't want to be there doing that, and just other things that I won't mention because it's just too unique that, again, people will know who I'm talking about. But I found myself becoming someone that I didn't recognize. Also, y'all know how outspoken I am. Yes, an introvert if I'm around people that I don't really know or it's just acquaintances. But y'all know how I can get if, I talk my talk freely with my chest, as Kemba would say. But I always found myself being mute around their people. Not much to say.
Right.
Everybody,
I just yourself.
Because you're just so concerned about how you would be perceived.
Correct,
and it's like, if these people knew my crazy outward personality in a comfortable setting, because it needs to be in a comfortable setting, they may judge me.
Right.
And so I would say I lost a sense of self in those particular situations. But when it's just me and the person and we're in our own love bubble, all the craziness, all the effervescence, or everything comes out and it's great. But I would say losing myself came in when I had to deal with the extra.
The person's important to him.
Yes, the external.
I get you.
Factors.
So I
makes sense.
have a saying with a friend of mine. We joke about it all the time, but now I must stop joking about it.
All right.
Because
we're learning things.
We're learning
all
things.
Right.
And as we good until I fall in love, no.
Oh gosh.
No, I serious. As be good. As know myself.
Yes.
And I really reflected on it. All the joke aside. As be good.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe if it's, I don't know what will happen the next time it happens. It will be a test.
I feel as though now that you're equipped,
it could be
with
a
the knowledge,
test, right?
You really know.
I might never know if I'm in love, because it's so different from. I might wake up and be like,
what is this?
But do you think at this point, at this stage in your life, at least for me, I know this, reaching where you've gotten to, knowing what you know, doing all the work that you've done, the next relationship you get into, I would imagine you would stay as committed to yourself as possible because
Hell
you
yes.
stand in your authenticity, and that is a huge deal for you.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like,
So-
it wouldn't, what I know of it, and I mean, I'm not going to say that it wasn't that, but it was not the healthy version of it for me. And Lex, I want you to spin the block again and talk a little bit more about boundaries, because my brain is making a connection, of course, based on some of the articles and stuff, and there's a link. But yeah, I do believe, just to answer the question, I do believe it's going to be different for me the next time around. I may not recognize it as that.
So what happens?
We'll see.
What I find, what I find happens is when you get in it and you don't communicate upfront what your boundaries are.
Yeah.
So just as she said, that she would have presented herself a certain way to person so that they don't know who she is at her core. That would have been the outside persons.
Yeah.
But it's still happening. So if you don't communicate how you feel, what your boundaries are, and what you need from the person in order for you to feel comfortable within yourself,
Right.
that is where the breakdown stems from.
Absolutely.
Because when you do try to instill the boundaries now, they get offended.
I'll
And
take
they
it.
are like, what's going on here?
I'll take it one step
You
further.
never used to feel like that before.
Exactly.
How come all of a sudden and you get all of that?
And that could be jolting for someone who's known or thought that they knew you in that light.
Correct.
Until they didn't. But I'll take it one step further. When we abandon ourselves at the very beginning in the hope and the attempt to be liked, to avoid rejection, is where we get ourselves in some trouble.
Right. As the hot water.
Right? And that's where it all stems from. And then if we go one step further, where do weak boundaries come from? Right? I mean, and this is just something for us to ponder, but we have Neola who talks about it all the time, and she's been on the show. Hey, Neola. It's that sense of self and self-esteem and being able to withstand the potential for rejection.
Correct.
And I think that when we lose ourselves, not in the moment like Eminem said, right? But in relationships, and I'll extend, I love to extend the ships beyond just romantic partners, because I guess the only experience I could see and think of would be like with friendships. Have you ever had that friend that
was gonna be my next thing?
Right?
Don't feel it could be romantic relationships alone.
You know this person to be this, and as soon as they make this new set of friends, all of a sudden they change up their personality.
How much time you have? I
Not
know
much.
so
Time
many
fairy.
people like that.
But
So
I
many
just
people like that.
I just feel like it extends it and you're coming back into the main piece. It's those boundaries as well as that sense of self.
Yes.
Because if you know yourself, first of all, it starts there. You have to know thyself.
Know thyself.
And then be courageous enough to live in thy truth. And then you'd be able to early on communicate those boundaries or say what's important to you and know that, okay, that was Crystal. You put that firm thing in place and say, this is what I am willing to tolerate, and give that person the opportunity to leave. Because why? You are okay if they stay, and you are okay if they go.
And you have to kind of push past that need to be liked and that need to be accepted, and understand that regardless, you're gonna be okay.
Yep, that's correct.
So guys, if you're just joining us once more, just to keep it fresh, we are discussing ways to avoid losing yourself in a relationship, what it looks like and what you can do to avoid it.
We talked about what it looks like, and just a really quick recap. Nicole really guided us through self-summarize. It looks like being completely consumed. It looks like forgetting that you have your own hobbies, that you have your own things, and it's okay, I guess, to have things in common, but at what point do you now no longer recognize your own individuality, right?
It could also become exhausting to her, but sometimes not everyone is able to identify that is the
stressor.
Is the stressor.
What do you mean?
So you start feeling like something's missing, you start feeling stressed out, you start getting anxiety, like I'm supposed to be happy but I'm not really happy. Why? And they can't really identify that it's the fact that, okay, I've just made this relationship all about the other person and less about me.
Right.
And you start to feel it. You can't help but feel it. But not everyone is aware enough to identify it.
Okay, facts on facts. I hear what you mean.
In anxiety, because it's something I felt too. It manifests in anxiety. It manifests in just feeling irritable
around the person.
And the person is great to you, but then you're feeling like, you know,
The
but
resentment.
you're torn between resenting them
Because-
but wanting them to be around.
And so that comes back to the big B word, boundaries. Because anytime we abandon ourselves, we're not upholding our boundaries. And when we don't uphold our boundaries, it leads to resentment. Like, I see you had like thoughts.
No,
It was like,
I would say like the moment for me, apart from what I told you about my friend asking me the question, I used to wake up every single morning feeling as though an elephant was sitting on my chest.
Oh
That's
my.
how I used to
Ooh.
feel. Literally. Could not shake the feeling
Serious?
every single day. And it's like you have to compartmentalize, okay, how am I going to deal with this? Because this has to end.
Were you able to
Like-
identify why though? Or did
Yeah,
you not
after
know?
a while I knew it was because I felt I was in a space that I needed to get out of, but I didn't know how. Like, how am I going to find myself back after this? It's one thing to end the relationship and you're not with the person anymore, but then you're alone, and it's to find you. So it wasn't an easy road. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy road.
it's not an easy road.
So time fairy, let me do your work for you a little bit.
Who feel it knows.
So now that we kind of identified what it is and what it may look like and feel like, what are some of the things that we can do to avoid feeling that way? What are some of the tips we can give to people that would, you know, help them to not become, and let's just be real, it's not to become selfish or to start ignoring the person or even resenting the person. This is not what it's about, but it's just to rediscover that sense of self and to acknowledge that you're a person in a relationship too and you've got things going on.
So
and let's try to tell the people
I'm curious about that too, Chris, but sorry if I just may to ask Nicole, because I think it might tie in. How did you get yourself out of it? So I feel like we could talk about the tips to avoid it, but what happens when you're already in it? How do you now build yourself back up out of it? And then of course those would be some of the tips I'm thinking it might overlap.
Right. So for me, the broad word that I use is knowing that you are broken, right? Knowing that you are no longer, you are a shell of yourself, and now you have to start from the bottom and build yourself back up. Nothing is wrong with it, but you have to accept it. If you don't accept it, you'll stay stuck.
Of course.
So acknowledging the issue.
Acknowledging that this is a problem, this is where I am.
I see him, Charlene, sorry to cut you, Alexa, but our guest is here and she's really here for the spotlight segment, but sometimes when they get here early, we don't mind including them in on the conversation. So I want you all to put that camera on Charlene. Charlene, I see you there for the longest while.
It's true. Corner of my eye, corner of my eye.
So what is
interesting topic?
Yes. What is your take on all of this?
I am agreeing with what you all are saying, but this last point that you made, as Crystal said, you first need to acknowledge. It's almost like going to AA. I'm an alcoholic. I'm broken. So you first have to own it.
Correct.
And that's where the healing comes. So,
a word.
Yeah.
Someone says a lot of us learn after the mistake of losing ourselves.
Big up
you had to
Navy.
burn to learn. That's Navy.
Big up Navy.
You had to burn, in other words, you had to burn
fact.
to learn before
That is a
you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's true. Okay, so you acknowledge and you own the brokenness.
Right. So it's knowing. So I say,
and then
you know that you're broken. You know who your partner is. That's very important as well, because now you have to deal with how you're going to navigate getting out of this and in the best way possible. And I say the best way because in my case you have children involved, etc. So you don't
the best
want
way as in the most healthiest
the
way.
healthiest way. Yes.
safest, healthiest, least volatile almost because of what's at stake.
Correct.
Because for you it's what your situation is, but for somebody else it might be God knows what else.
Yes.
Maybe a job. There's a lot of couples work together or build a business together.
Correct.
Anything like
And then it's also knowing yourself, knowing what you want for yourself,
Know thyself.
and accepting that is what you want.
Yeah.
And then knowing what you love, the things that you love. And that's where you have to get back to, because that is what life is essentially about.
Yeah.
Living in misery does not make sense.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to do the things that you love ultimately.
So that's actually one of the, make the time to do something
Yes.
that you
Yes.
like
The
outside
tips.
of the relationship.
The tips.
Your hobbies,
outside the relationship
your
that is
me
just
time.
for you.
Yeah.
And somebody may ask, well, what does that look like? A hobby. Go hiking.
Correct.
Yeah.
Try to remember the things that bring you joy
Yes.
and go do it.
Yes,
You can do it with your
absolutely.
partner too, but sometimes you might just need
You
to
want
do it
to
for
do it for
yourself
yourself.
too.
You know,
when you get back, you'll have something to talk about.
I almost feel like, because I'm listen. I don't like when this happened, Dread. I was like, I don't really have much to say morning time.
And then you realize that,
Big stone
in your garden.
in my garden. But again, I think, being able to have hobbies that actually have nothing to do with the other person is absolutely going
Something
to be
for you
essential.
only.
Me and me alone.
An online
right?
course. Right? As an
Whichever.
example, something
Yeah.
that might,
Absolutely.
you're learning, you can then discuss it.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so boring when you all had to be doing everything
Together,
We
yeah.
get it. You're
That
a
coming
couple.
straight back to knowing your partner. Because I'm going to tell you
True.
something. If you want to do something by yourself and you feel like you cannot tell your partner, run. Do not
Child.
walk.
I'm going through these tips,
Okay.
like, right? And I feel like we cover so much of it. So
There's one that I like though.
I'm just gonna run through the ones that I see
There's
here
one that
right
I
quick.
like that it resonated with me. You're gonna go first, Cams?
Yeah, because I was just scrolling through real quick. Establishing a strong foundation while you're single. Yeah, and so that talks about loving yourself, right? Being able to love yourself means that you will be so much more cognizant and aware when, hold on, this is not in alignment with this. So knowing yourself, right? That's the other tip here. Know who you are. And then when you know who you are, set up your boundaries and make sure that they're strong. So therefore, if I know that I like to have my coffee at 6:30 every single morning, I don't care who you are. Understand that I need to have my coffee and I like to have my coffee at 6:30 every single morning. And if you have a problem with that, boy, bye. It might be as simple as that, but
No,
I
it's
almost
true.
feel like in building the boundaries, it's in the
And
simple
that
things.
is what I was saying about talking about just now. If it is they have a problem with that, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you can't give me that is one simple thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talks about as well
that's
having your
really
own
similar
friends.
to what I, one of the points, which is don't compromise more than you need to.
Yes.
It's a little, it's kind of similar, but a little different.
No,
in,
talk to
in terms of like, so you have something that you have scheduled to do. Let's say it's something 60% important to you, right? Let's go a little 65. And they now have something that they would like you to do, but it is clashing with that time. And you're now faced with the decision to mull it over, thinking, okay, maybe I could see if I could do this. Don't. Because if your core feeling is, oh gosh, do I have to do it? Go with that.
And speak up about
and
it.
Try to, because your thing was already set in place before. So then speak out, like Ember said, speak out about it and let them listen. This is set in stone already. For me, it's not going to work. You're going to have to find another time.
Compromise.
Or
Find another
and
time.
then say, okay, listen, I get that this is important to you, right? And that's fine. And I know that I said this, right? This is also important to me. And that how are we going to, where's the room? Communicate and it's the over compromising and the over giving, and that's when you start abandoning
Bit by bit.
Especially when you
yourself.
see that the other person may not be making that concentrated effort.
Because
Yes.
that's what it
to
always
do any part,
is.
to do any of the compromising.
Oh, good nah, I
They
hate it.
just automatically
You
expect you
become
to
the
compromise.
queen of compromise. That's
You
what
know?
you become.
And
Compromise
what I
queen.
tend to
Come
look
back,
at
KJ,
is
come back,
the
come back,
willingness
come back.
or the effort being made on their part
Yes.
to do at least a oomph of compromising. And if I don't see that, my answer is usually, let's find another time to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's, as you say that, I really start to feel heat,
And now, like in recent years.
Yeah,
now.
but it's
Yes.
always in the little things,
Yeah.
It starts.
I always look at the little
Simple
things.
things.
I always look at the little things.
Yep. Starts with the little. So if, I don't know, not to be trivial about it, but this is something important to me, my nail appointment.
Oh, God. Listen.
Right? My nail appointment. I love, I
That's
mean,
your
not my
you time.
fingernails. I love getting a pedicure. A pedicure is therapy for me. Sometimes I'm having the worst day.
I do for one.
And I go and I just did a pedicure. A little ticky time out or getting my hair done by my hairdresser. And I remembered it's a good one, and that's one of the, you meet people. Who am I? Meeting people and things. But just being able to know who they are. And I remember, we had made plans. We were going to see a movie. And the movie, I think, was starting at like 5:45 or something. But my pedicure was, it was a last minute thing, and they squeezed me in at like 4:30. And so it took a little longer because they show love on them feet, big up Beauty Fairies in Woodbrook one time. And it took a little while. And I remember I messaged and I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm going to be a little bit late. And this person's response was like, no, it's cool. It's cool. And I was beaten up. I was like, oh my God, because and I said,
and that's what, yeah.
And he was chill and he was cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, hold on. I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm late. No, it's cool. Like, and we missed the previews the most important part of the movie, but the whole energy around that overlap,
how he handled it,
because that was important to me, and he was like, nah, it's cool. And he also has a very strong sense of these are the things that are important to me, and I am that person who's super flexible, so I would be the over compromiser. I would be the person to put my needs aside. No, I ain't doing that again.
To do that again,
because my toes, I think I had put on white too that time.
See the way my anxiety set up too.
I think I put on a little white, hot girls,
yes.
Gowns and how white toes.
Right? There's one I don't know if y'all would relate to. If y'all would relate to this
What's
one. I'm
that?
trying to keep it going because Miss Time Ferry.
Hey.
Right? I don't know if she paying attention.
We good, you go.
There's one, I picked this one because it was not my experience but an observation. So another tip to try to not lose yourself in a relationship is to keep your close friends, keep in contact, keep in touch with your close friends and family,
and deepen those relationships.
Exactly.
Yes,
because you will very well need these people if things go all right. So there's a certain person that I know, and those people that just are serial daters or serial whatever, and they just jump from relationship. There's no time in between to really do some introspection or reflection, nothing at all. And so one relationship is over by next week. And I'm being disingenuous. Maybe 10 days later. Right? They're talking to somebody new. Not a new relationship, but they're talking to somebody new. By week 3, new relationship. Right?
Where's that
and
time?
What I would notice is when this person disappears, I know that they're in a relationship. And all of a sudden, this new person that they didn't know from Adam 2 months ago is everything and knows them to their very core. And they will do, just
and
share their guts, their inners, their insides with this person. Right? And all of a sudden, whoever they knew before, their friends, myself, a couple other people are now outsiders. And we're trying to tell them, dude, pace yourself. Right? Pace yourself. So that, you don't even know who you are outside of a relationship. So what I'd notice is they would get, when you don't hear from them, relationship. But the minute I see that call, it's like,
something
it ends
going down,
Crystal, you won't believe what happened.
And then you get them
blah, 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 blah,
for 10 days.
And then, no, it's not about me getting them, but it's the emotional dump.
Right.
So I have to be that friend now.
To help them through it.
And I was like, but bro, like you should have done this. You should have just given yourself some time. Crystal, I can't be like you. And, blah, blah, blah. And then it turns around to an attack on me because I'm trying to help you.
No boundaries.
So I'm just saying, in instances like that, try your best to keep your peoples close because you're going to need them. And also in the relationship, have your peoples close. Don't just isolate yourself. Because one would think that it's the other person isolating them from their family, or their friends. No, they isolate themselves from their loved ones.
I have a reason for that though.
What's your reason?
It's because they don't want to admit that what they're doing is shippiness. You're doing shippiness.
I think it's
they
told me it's an intense fear of being alone. No. Especially at
older ages.
If your friends
not quite, I'll share that with you after. But they have an intense fear of being alone.
And so heal thyself. Heal thyself. No, everything that we talk about and time ferry. Good job, Chris. It was great. I like that point. Just if it's all right.
Was that going to be yours?
That was not going to be mine, but that was a really good one because I liked how you tied it all in with everything. But I think at the core of everything, y'all, it's an us. I'm talking to myself. Know thyself.
Yeah.
Take the time. And it's okay to have a fear of abandonment. Hi. Right?
Yes.
Know thyself, because when you learn not to abandon yourself, that's when everything is going to start making sense. The boundaries are going to get firmer and easier to implement. The people pleasing, because Lex mentioned people pleasing, it goes out of the door and you stand in your authenticity and say, this is who I am.
Right.
Take it or leave it.
Cams,
Either way, I'll be good.
With the pen, write this down. Life after healing. What does that look like?
Because I feel like Nyola had to come on for this one.
Life after healing. That's another topic for us. Another relationship topic. Because when you've healed, going into that next relationship,
I will definitely need a new pen because notes. I feel like that's it. It feeling complete. We talked about what it means to lose yourself. Right? Lex shared a good bit with us about what it looks like.
There's just one I want to touch on.
Dove into
I think we all doing this.
What's that? How to overcome it?
Be independent.
Or hyper.
Be independent. Have your own thing going. Build your own empire. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Stand out.
Yes.
So that it translates now. Okay, she's gonna be this with or without you. She is that with, or he is that with or without you.
And that can be intimidating for a lot of people.
Yes,
a lot of people.
It can.
A lot of people.
A good way of spotting a red flag as well.
Yes.
Because if you were having a problem with me being myself, then something is
Imagine
wrong.
being drawn to you because of this light, this entrepreneurial spirit,
and
then snuff it out.
Same thing.
Then trying to tell you.
Beyonce heated.
She's a performer, liking your voice. You're with me now, but you can't stand when I have a show.
Correct.
What is that?
We have a whole next show for this, you know.
That is a whole nother show.
We have a whole next one. All right. Let me jump in the chat real quick because Time Ferry says that we're doing well. Wanky Reach, greetings and salutations, right? Candy, we preaching out in the streets for sure, Candy. We got you. Indeed. And the chase, does healing ever end? I like you. I like you. I like you. Yes, Chris, thanks for saying that. I feel like we heal in layers. And I look at it as like the Super Mario game. Yes, I loved playing Super Mario when I was growing up, and I always liken it to this. You go through one level of the Koopa Troopers and them, and one Bowser, and then you go into a new universe and a new world, and then you have to start all over again. You'll have new triggers, or you'll have the same old triggers that you'd learn to navigate in a new way. And it's a continuous spiral. So I don't think it ever ends, but I think you get better at navigating them.
Colin says something. He says some people have a habit of being so transparent to the point that they give others the blueprints and cheat codes to portray themselves as their perfect match.
Not wrong.
Therefore enabling any new person to dig their hooks in deep.
And you know, that was one of the options that we were going to talk about, right? How much is too much to share? Anyway, next topic.
You know what? I'm okay with that, Colin. You know why? Because a person could never keep up that facade for too long.
Yes, but for me, the scary thing is the impact of how much they do know and then having to get out of it. So how long does it take for that facade?
I will tell you this. As a let's say you've done the work, right? And you know a lot that you didn't before. You're a healed person. You're still learning. You'll always be healing. You'll always be learning. But you've done that work, so you're so aware and stuff. You will be able to suss that person out.
Oh, from the jump. It's true.
Even if they portray themselves to be the perfect man or woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The healed version of you, just as Charlie was saying, you know, they won't be able to keep it up. I can't say it on air. But there's an adjective that I use to describe unf-withable, basically.
Unf-withable.
Yeah, unf-withable. And that really is very, extremely scary. And one day I'll tell you all the journey about how I started at the point left, went all the way around the sun, and I'm back there now.
Oh, wow.
Because I have always been told that I'm unapproachable. I may have been.
I was about to say.
Right? But it's simply because a long time ago, I knew exactly who I was, what I liked, what I didn't like, and take it or leave it. And then I realized, you know what, maybe that's what's keeping, up. No, they're dusty anyway. And so I've gone around and I've come back, and now it's like, that made sense
people
then.
People love to blur the lines and say that you're,
Firewolfman says, just like
think that
learning.
rhymes with witch.
That I am.
Yeah.
Firewolfman says, just like learning, healing never ends.
Amen.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Next
true.
one,
The Chase, agreed. And of course, Landell Valdez. Anyone who cannot be alone, they have to be able to heal first and find themselves. Amen.
Correct, yeah.
Because it's healthy to be you and love you. Yeah.
Look at you, Landell.
I like that.
I was just having a conversation with my cousin like a week ago, and we were just discussing another relative who was having a similar issue. Like, they don't know who they are outside of a relationship, married twice, and so she was like, Crystal, you don't get lonely, you're living alone, you're this and that. I'm like, no.
Because your life is full.
First of all,
your
don't
life
get
is
lonely.
full.
Yes, it's nice to think about having a boyfriend, which is, I mean, let me not give the wrong impression.
You
finished?
me to
She's not.
My dear, I don't want no one but
Time Fairy, yeah? But
Janet Jackson.
There's always time for a song.
It was Janet. It was Janet Jackson. Okay. You don't get lonely. Carry on. I apologize.
All right, cool. So as long as it's Janet, Time Fairy out the window. Got it. Okay. So what I was saying is, before I was rudely interrupted,
I apologize.
Remember my point.
Friends, and you were around family, and recently there was a family person,
right?
Healing, being by yourself, learning to be by yourself and healing.
And you didn't want to give people the wrong impression.
It's not that I don't want a boyfriend. It's not that I don't have prospects. Prospects are forever there, abound, whatever. But the thing is, when you know what you want and what you don't want, it's kind of easy, and especially when you learn that you could make yourself super happy, it's like, I'm gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I always say the next person that gets me in a serious relationship, they get through.
Yeah,
and I'm
amen.
not saying it from a cocky place. I'm not being cocky about it. I'm just saying you get through, because, child, the lessons I have learned, the shit I have done, the relationships I have sabotaged,
right,
because of certain things, it was nice. You know what I mean? And so, the next person that get through. Yeah,
Lex, you want to read that? I feel like Lex want to read that. And now we go. Well, I'm feeling real bite up.
The Chase comes back in and she says, I have found that volunteering to be open first usually gives other people the okay to do the same. However, people will be themselves through and through, so it's really for us to spot the cracks.
Amen.
And then she comes and she says, yes, vocals.
Oh, she's a vocalist too. I feel around special.
What's her name?
Echo. Is that Sonia? Sonia.
So we're hearing you're a vocalist. We want to hear from you.
Hey.
Please, again, we're telling you messages. We love to highlight artists on this
spotlight.
show.
Yeah.
All right.
Blushing big.
We waiting on you.
All right.
Yes, Olia.
I think it is a nice place to wrap.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So, guys, if you're just joining us, we are just talking about ways in which
how to lose yourself.
How to avoid. We were discussing how to avoid losing yourself in a relationship.
Yes.
All right?
Hey,
stay true to yourself.
Vibe and thrive, people.
Vibing and thriving.
You can love like Dove, but learn to love yourself too. All right?
Absolutely.
It's like Samantha from Sex and the City. She said, I love you, but I love me more.
Amen.
And with that, we wrap our topic of the day. Keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk right here on our radio.fm. We will be right back with the lovely Charlie Griffith for our Spotlight segment right here.
In a bulletproof light cup, gun fully load up with a telescope. All us stand up in a play. Bing bang, back then up in a stray.
She sing a bit.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Hope you're there filled with gratitude.
Me stay humble as ever.
So very grateful,
So grateful
for life. They come tip the shirt off my back. I have life, yes I have life. And if this all and my shoes pass up, I breathe and find grateful for life.
I'm grateful for life, grateful for life. Hands them walking, I feel alive. Foot them walking, I feel alive. Everything walking, I feel alive. And
I'm grateful for it all. So very grateful for it all.
there's the simple things that matter to me. Hey, and I'm a simple one, don't care what you say. Hey, you don't know how I stay.
Puts we under pressure and we freedom under attack.
From ever since I could remember, the system tryna hold me back.
A new year means new opportunities. Grab it, don't let go.
When you fall short and you're on your knees,
Pray for the will to grow. We have it here.
we have it, yeah.
This is we own.
This is the old.
No mountain or hill could take we off the throne.
No, no, no.
We have it here.
We have it, yeah.
This is we own. No mountain or hill could take we off the throne. They could tip the shirt off my back. I have life, yes I have life. And if my soul and my shoes pass up, I breathe and find grateful for life.
I'm grateful for life, grateful for life. Hands them walking, I feel alive. Foot them walking, I feel alive. Everything walking, I feel alive. And
I'm grateful for it all. So very grateful for it all.
there's the simple things that matter to me. Hey, and I'm a simple one, don't care what you say. Hey, grateful for my family, friends that there for me. God keep blessing me, God keep blessing me. Grateful for my family, friends that there for me. God keep blessing me, God keep blessing me.
I'm grateful for it all. So very grateful for it all. Hope your day filled with gratitude. So very grateful
So grateful.
for life.
Me stay humble as ever. Me stay humble as ever.
Yeah, me got Charlie Griffin. There's only one life to live.
Hey, yeah.
Yo,
This life, gotta do all you can. Just this
inspiration, motivation. We one nation.
Love and happiness
It's more love.
is what we need.
One nation.
Faith and love and happiness.
That's right.
Faith and love
And happiness. Here we go.
We are back. We're back with more show for you guys. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Lex.
And I'm Camber
And of
Joe.
course, we have our guest today, the lovely Charlie Griffith in the house. Put that camera on her.
Hey, gorgeous.
Yes. Oh, you see that hair?
Listen, it's the hair, it's the glow, it's the
Yes,
skin,
boy.
it's the melanin, it's the
We like
sunshine.
it.
The sunshine of that song makes sense.
Yes.
Right?
That song is sunshine and it makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense because you're radiant, you're glowing. Absolutely. Happy to
Charlie,
have
how
you.
you going, hon?
I am great, thank
Oh,
you.
gosh.
Thank you for having me.
It's long overdue, eh?
It's long overdue.
Yeah, now you know.
All
She's
right,
supposed to be here since last year.
That's all right. Everything in its right
I
time.
was about
Put
to
you on
say.
She's going to rub it in now.
Everything, not a moment before it's right time
Correct.
is when
Right.
things will happen. So,
There's some things I want to do though. But guys, if you didn't know, and I'm sure you do, because this lovely diva here is everywhere. Charlene Griffith, right, as she was formerly known.
Yes.
A multifaceted entertainer, singer, songwriter, MC/host, and motivator, popularly known by her stage name, Charlie, is the quintessence of sensuality and charisma. This songbird is also a versatile award-winning voice talent. She is an actress and has recently starred in the new teen superhero series Magnolia.
Hey.
Claw as Lucinda Lamos.
it's the voice.
Queen.
It's the voice for me.
We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there for you to tell us the rest. I know, but you well doing things.
Yes, I am. I've been very busy.
Tell us about your journey now.
During COVID and all of that. Yeah.
Wow.
I've been-
I
been
did
pretty
see
busy.
something, with your acting and that
Yes.
kind of thing, and that golden voice with the
Yes,
as.
thank
You know, we're gonna put you on the spot, right?
Gosh,
Well,
Right.
I mean,
ooh, like what?
I'd just like to
Nothing
say
that
it's
you can't
not.
handle, I'm
It's
sure.
not just Charlie.
Watch out, please.
It's not just Charlie.
Uh-huh.
It's the Griffith sisters.
Right?
All right,
Because
of
I know her
course.
we know her from the duo Two and Three with
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Supernova.
Yes.
Tell me what you want right now. Yeah, no, I had to do it.
Listen.
Do it for the people. Do it.
Tell me what you want right now. Show me when how to move, cause you just amaze me. Tell me what you need right now, cause you look so fine and you so amazing.
What you want right now.
I rate it.
Hey!
She said,
I rate it. I rate it. I rate it.
So just in awe of that music video.
You were intrigued.
Every time I was intrigued. I was so intrigued by Two and Three.
Yeah.
Every time I would hear it on TV, I would run to it. And then one day you just, you know, what that was before you called me to,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you guys know it was Charlene that was very instrumental in getting me on my way in terms of how to put it, officially as an artist. She put me onto my first manager.
Big up
Yeah,
Charlie.
and
Twice.
from there, that's how I
Two
got
times.
to open for John Legend
John
and that kind of
Legend
thing.
and all of that,
Ian Wiltshire, big
correct.
up you, boy. Big up you.
Yeah.
Big up you.
Tell
You
us
know,
the things, Charlie. Tell us.
Yeah. So once, okay,
So tell us your
every good
journey.
story starts with Once Upon a Time.
Yes,
Okay,
at
so
band
we
camp.
go Once Upon a Time. You know what? Way back. Once Upon a Time. Or let's
Yeah,
start
give
from
us the
Two and
things.
Three. Once Upon a time.
Maybe summarize way back.
That way you want to
Yeah, whatever you want.
Okay, so brief. We'll go briefly, but through the years. So I actually started with Caribbean Sound Basin.
I remember that with your big poster up in the lobby with the what is the light skin girl? What's her name?
Laura
Pear. Sky.
Yes.
Oh, Laura
Yes.
Pierre Sky.
Yeah. So we were actually do at first.
Right.
And we were working with Shell Shock at the time.
Wow.
God bless his soul.
Yes.
And Francis Eskai, whom Lori
Married.
is now married to and such. But after that, and what happened at that point, I got pregnant. And it was not like back, at least back then was not like now. And, you know, we were kind of like, okay, we can't do this music. And
Oh no.
you're
be a mom.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got to make a decision. How are you doing this? What's
That's
the choice?
unfortunate.
It was
Because
but
I would have been like doing both. I was like,
So
why
you
not?
lost. So you lost
that's
yourself.
the thing.
You
No,
lost yourself,
I
and no, she didn't. Amen.
Hey, Lauren
That's
Hill
the
up in here.
resilience.
That's Lauren Hill.
Yes.
No, seriously.
Yes.
I said, you know what, Lord? Let me see if I have to choose which one I would be able to live with myself.
Right.
And I thought then, if I were to abort this child, I would live in forever, doubt and wonderment. And
Right.
did I do the right
And
thing?
guilt
that
and-
guilt would kill me. So
Yes,
I said,
right.
you know what, Lord, if this is to be how it's supposed to be, you're going to make it happen.
Of course.
So I did not lose faith. And actually, while pregnant, I joined a gospel choir, the Youth Pulse Choir. And that was like a phenomenal choir. That was like the best. Nobody could tell me anything. A lot of the now vocalists, Odie was in Youth Pulse, John Francis was in Youth Pulse, Vanessa Briggs. It was
Vanessa too?
Yes,
Oh my.
hello.
All the
It
singers.
was a lot of singers that you may know now were a part of that choir. And it wasn't just like a gospel choir, because we had like vocal training. This was led by Sterling Gittins.
Papa.
And yes. And from there, after that became defunct, the choir, because he migrated with his farm and whatever. To Intrigue was born. We started working with Chasu, and Chasu was working with H2. So again, we were doing like live gigs and such, at Island Club or whatever with Odie. And he's like, you know what, why Odie don't join H2?
Oh, that's
how
Ah,
it happened.
okay.
Because I think one of the guys left, and he's like, Odie, just fully now with guys. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Nice.
And then Kelly and I will do our thing. So here, what's Kelly? We cannot go and do pop R&B
Nah.
alone. We
Right.
are Trinidadian, so we have to merge the music. We have to.
Can I say it? These women, Kelly and her sister, are the pioneers in ushering in.
Yeah.
Right? Caribbean popper.
Yeah.
Back then we used to call it what? Sun pop.
Island
Island pop. Yeah.
They started it, in my opinion. I don't care. They
We
started
did,
it.
actually. We did, because after that, tell me where you want right
Right
now.
now.
Walk.
Not later, but now what?
Now what? No, you have to say the now what.
Now what?
Yeah. And after that, we started working with this guy, because we flew out to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Ooh,
yes, Atlanta. That's where we met
nice.
Akon and that whole thing.
I remember
Coming
that
to
time.
Trinidad.
See, says the blind man.
See. So
Nice.
a lot of the things that happened, we were like in the background, and a lot of people would not have known.
Right.
I see.
But as like Crystal said, you had the ear of certain people, so make recommendations. You say, okay, make suggestions. We wanna pull in Casey and fly them out,
Right.
for them to work with the producers so they can understand what we're trying to do. And it was like a whole new thing being born from that. They came back home. They met Brick and Lace out there with us.
My love is wicked.
Wicked. Remember when they did the remix?
No, we don't have time for that.
Started Wicked.
No, because I will sing all night.
So I mean, our journey. We worked with Bunji when he won with Fire Brigade,
Right.
for Soca Monarch. We worked with him then. We toured with Rupee when Rupee formed his band and was signed with Atlantic. Yeah, we worked with him. And then
Climb on the
we
Bishop
went on
stage,
to do our own thing with Akon and they. We were actually working with Akon. We had just started working with Akon when he got the call to come to Trinidad. And he didn't know who the person was, so he came asking us, who's this? Is this a reputable,
Person.
And give him the background and such. It's like, okay, cool. And who's this Michelle. Who's this Michelle dude? Who's this Michelle Montano? Michelle. Okay, well, who's this dude? Because they want this dude to open for me, but I got you, girl. So no, we're not doing that. I'm like, okay, that is actually the people artists.
Right.
He said no, well, they want me, so I'm Don't worry, you're not worrying about that. They can't tell me no. Like, oh my God, you just don't understand.
I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Don't do this.
Americans don't care.
Yeah, but it's okay.
And then we're just like small islanders to them.
Exactly.
They're gonna do what they want.
They
You know what I
do,
mean?
They do. So after that, we went back out and we were working him. We were working with 7. What you call them again? Track masters. Writing and working with track masters, as well as this guy, God rest his soul, Stacy, Ralph B. Stacy. Sonogrod, an award Grammy winning, he did Mario song,
right?
You know, those big R&B
artists.
hits. Yeah. And he died during COVID, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, he was one of the persons who died.
Right.
Yeah. But we were out there doing our thing, and then our mom got sick. Yeah, so we kind of left and came home to mom. And that was a whole, I mean, I am, as you say, very resilient, and but Kelly's the baby.
Right.
And she was like, I can't go back there. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Right.
We're not doing this. Okay. So we home. Right. And so that aspect of it just kind of like broke off because Akon didn't want us to come home.
Right.
And you know, you're saying, okay, yes, I understand, but you can't be going back and forth. You know, having to stay out here for a year and a half, we building this, you know, get you some cameos, you know, you're right to meet these people, do this, and then next year we're gonna officially, because you had just signed Brick and Lace and American Yard for artists. So that was the plan, but when mom got sick, that was it. And it was very serious because she had colon cancer.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Right.
So oh gosh.
Shoot, man.
So it was And then of course, this is your mom. Again, it brought me back to the same point when I was pregnant with my son. If I go back, what will happen?
Right.
If I lost my mom, how would I feel? Like knowing I chose my
To
career
stay.
over just time, and you know, she sacrificed so much for us and whatever. Again, I was like, okay, Lord, if this is, then sure, you know. So stayed here and decided, okay, let's really explore this soca aspect. Because remember, we were fusing the music and such before. So I then joined Traffic as the female frontline that year. I think that was 2015.
Yes. Traffic Plus.
Traffic Plus, yes. Traffic Plus.
Toured all over the place.
Yes, we did. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
It was a journey.
Interesting.
It was an interesting experience. As soca bands tend to be.
Soca bands, and I literally had to learn, especially with the pronunciation and such. And I sure, Crystal, you can understand that aspect with the soca, like hardcore soca. Yeah, having to sing that, it's a different approach. So, you know, I had to kind of retrain myself for that, and then learning proper projection, because you don't want to damage your vocals and all of that type of stuff. But it was pretty interesting, and I gained a lot of respect for our artists, because I know it's a lot of work that goes into singing soca.
You find
it is.
I find soca is the easiest thing to sing on stage.
It is the easiest thing
because
to
we
sing.
don't get to use our voices.
I'm
we
not
don't.
going to say it's the easiest thing to sing on stage, or when you're doing the gigs night after night, and you know you're going like that. It's true, because they started to use their voices. What you call it? Pre-recorded stuff.
Let me talk the vocalist stuff for a minute here.
Nobody could touch it, Astra.
The thing is, I mean, you could tell a singer, from a singer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're not crying down soca at all. It's amazing. You know what I mean? And I could tell like great vocalists. Like look at Patrice Roberts' voice. It's amazing. She's to me, she has the best voice in soca.
I agree
you know,
with you. Yes.
Destra is also a great vocalist. That kind of thing. You know, but what I'm saying is the ability, in my opinion, my humble opinion, the ability to sing soca is so much more easier than other genres of music, especially like R&B, pop R&B, soul music, that kind of thing.
Of course, those are the types of music you have to have proper, you know, your what you call it, like cadence and
diction, riffs, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's a lot more technical.
Yeah.
But what I found was difficult for me with the soca, again, it's like the projection. I mean,
diaphragm.
I think I could project my voice well, and it's full, you know, but at the same time, as I said, doing it over. I don't know if it's because of the band that I was with, because we weren't allowed to do those things. We had to sing. We sang.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
So
not pre-recorded vocals.
Right.
Yeah.
No background thing.
I never lose my voice singing soca music. I spent a whole year with Imogen Company, night after night after night, and I never lost my voice. And I remembered one of them asking me,
probably technique.
How come? I was like, I learned proper technique.
Yes.
From
technique
your
is
diaphragm, and you warm up an hour before.
And that was my problem. The warming up and such before.
Right.
I was very disciplined with that.
It was to me, singing soca was the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
The easiest thing in the world. What I had to get was the stage presence, which I learned from watching Ghetto Flex. I just watched him and mimicked him.
You serious?
Yes, and that's how I learned stage presence. Because I was the thing with me is how I gonna get these people to wave their hands. I was frightened. I was like, they're not gonna listen to me. I was a singer. And then I watched Ghetto Flex. I was like, okay, just go and do it. And I literally mimicked him. And I was like, oh my God, they are doing what I tell them to do. This is too easy. You know what I mean? So had to have a good hit and you're good to go.
It's true.
Yeah.
But
so
I found that was interesting for me, you know, and learning the soca. You know, I find that hard to write, girl.
Soca music.
Soca, which is so simple. I think something is wired differently in my brain.
Yeah.
The difficult stuff is easy.
So what do you prefer?
What type of music?
So what is easier for you in terms of writing or even the performing of it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say easier now that I have gotten that experience. It's easy now to do anything. And it's well-rounded.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's a certain level of confidence that comes with experience. I mean, I think the majority of my confidence came from traveling abroad and doing different arenas and different stages and stuff. And I was like, piece of cake. Why was I
so
nervous?
But I have a question, Charlie.
Let's we in sync.
A bit personal, so you can answer if you don't mind. But how did you find your balance in terms of being a new mom and choosing to be on the road, etc.?
That's a good question. All right, so being a new mom, I definitely didn't put the music down. It was more or less that time to yourself,
right?
And developing myself. So I became even more eager to want to do this.
Okay,
you know. And now I have someone that is depending on me.
Right.
To do that piece.
Yes, exactly. And I have someone now to set an example for. So it became even more meaningful. You know, so I did not have time to waste.
Right.
I am coming to the studio. I have to do this. You know, I have rehearsals. I'm working with my time frame or whatever. But I have to say, because of my mom's support.
Right.
When I decided to get back out there, you know, I had the support system.
We talked about that last week. We talked about motherhood and the highs and the lows of it. And, you know, both Lex and I are moms. We don't look at it, but. And you don't look at either. And we talked, you know, just the highs and the lows. And we both agreed that the highs, part of it comes in showing and being that example for these beings that we've been charged with taking care of, you know, and setting an example. You have another question, Lex?
No, go ahead.
So music, pandemic.
Pandemic.
And I've dubbed this the pandemic pivot. What was your pandemic pivot? Because where the acting and thing come in, I want to hear.
Yes.
Especially that teen superhero thing.
Thank you.
Magnolia.
Because I was reading this and I was like, what?
What? Yeah, talk to us about that.
All right, so
It's two you did.
two.
Magnolia and Vasaclo.
Vasaclo. And actually, Vasaclo is going to be in cinemas on
Oh
the
my.
14th of September.
Girl.
Yes,
Yes,
just
please.
last night I saw the poster down at Movie Town.
Promote the thing for me, please. Promote it now for me, please.
Celebrity.
Yes. So Vasaclo will be in theaters, Movie Town, and Cinemas 8 from the 14th of September.
Fantastic.
I'm going to see that.
Okay, so wait,
So how-
wait,
tell-
is it
back
like
it up.
local? Like what's
It's
happening?
local.
Like,
It's a local movie.
Okay.
It's a local movie. Again, superhero. So it's more or less one of the superheroes is a Trinidadian. So the director, who is Ansel Harris, he kind of incorporated the culture with the out of world, at least where I am from,
Right.
was Capernaum. That's the name.
Ooh.
So
And
you
we
are
literally-
the voice of the Trinidadian superhero.
No.
What are you?
I am the queen.
Oh,
Jesus,
excuse
I
me.
am a queen.
Excuse me.
I am the general's
She was
wife.
really,
She's
she
the
was really
general's
giving
wife.
what's her name? Angela Bassett vibes
Oh.
there. All right.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I can no longer direct my gaze at you, oh queen.
You have to look away.
I must look away, queen. That's amazing.
It was truly awesome filming and working with and mind you during the pandemic because at that time when we were able to now associate with people just at 5 at a time or whatever.
Right, in that
So
height of it.
imagine we were actually doing the script reading and all of that online. So only on the day for shoot you met
Okay.
persons
For the
and-
sound booth
Right.
stuff.
and listen, you had to bring it. You had to bring it. There was no choice.
But it's animated, right? Is it? No, it's
She
live.
was actually
Oh.
acting.
No.
Queen mother.
Movie.
Hi.
Yeah.
All right.
So that
Avert your
festival,
gaze.
And like how they have cans and all of that.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
is the local version of that, or even the regional version
This
of
would
that?
have been. This would be the film TT.
Film,
Yeah,
film
film
festival.
But yes. But
So has it been submitted to places
don't
like
think-
Cannes and these
yes,
places?
yes. Cannes actually. Magnolia, both Magnolia and Vasaclo, they were accepted, and just yesterday, so the Vasaclo is in another one from Italy.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
so
Yes,
we jumped.
and mind you, it has gotten on IDMB 8.0 rating.
Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Yes.
so back it up for me because I didn't hear how this
Was birth.
actress business pandemic pivot, because I know it's so funny how life is. I'm a huge fan of your sister Celine's work,
Okay,
voice
right,
work and
voice
different
work,
things.
right.
Pandemic pivot, right?
Right,
So during the
yes.
pandemic, I got into broadcasting.
Okay, nice.
I am still a baby, I would consider myself,
Right.
but you start listening and looking for, and so mad respect for your sister.
Of course. And
Back
she's
it
a
up.
late bloomer with that too, huh?
Right.
She's doing exceptional.
Absolutely exceptionally. Back it up for us all and share. How did this what?
No,
What do you mean?
Actually, I started acting in school,
Okay.
because I was really shy.
Oh.
You?
I'm not going to say you could think of me shy.
Not computing.
I was really, really shy.
So that was a way of like
Can't picture it.
Yes. And I said to myself, if I am to get into this acting, singing, entertainment, I cannot afford to be shy. So
Right.
I signed myself up with the drama class and modeling, because I started modeling and such in school. Like at 17, I was like the youngest in that
Listen.
group of I know it's a lot. And
Listen.
I often don't speak about
Listen.
it, but it's I almost feel like I had like 3 different segments of my
Your life, right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
but they've all come full circle for
But you
this
used to see all the
moment.
billboards of Charlene. You can't remember seeing all those
She won't know.
billboards.
I remember.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
not.
the big hair.
Yes.
She had Derriere, like
because that's where I knew her
Avert my
face from.
gaze.
When I saw her, I was like,
we are
I
not
know this
worthy.
face.
We are
Yes.
not worthy.
She
A lot
was
of
everywhere.
people- yeah, a lot of people don't know, and then they were like, "Where do I know you from?" And I would not say like,
Say it
No,
out loud.
of course not.
I'll
You
just
just if you know, you know.
Yeah,
If you know, you know.
Right.
You know.
Amazing.
But, yeah, I
so signed on for the
started-
projects.
Yeah,
so acting, so
the
acting is not
acting
new
started-
for you.
No.
Good.
No, and even during school drama festivals
Mm-hmm.
and such, I won a lot of awards and so.
Amazing.
So what came out first would have been the modeling, and with that, Sharon Imbe kind of took me like a baby because it was her, Michelle Sturge, Wendy Fitzwilliams, that crew, Adela. So yeah. And what happened after that, I started the drama to get out of the shyness
Right.
and to actually speak on stage and then into the singing.
Yeah.
Great. Nice.
Nice.
Amazing.
Okay,
Lovely.
so you
So-
talk to us. Sorry, Chris. Please go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So you talked to, because I have my notes. Talk to us about your singing, a huge career, pandemic pivot, so to speak, which is
Pandemic
not
pivot.
so much a pivot, is it? Because the
It's not-
acting thing
what I would
happened.
say is a pivot during the pandemic was
Tell us.
my juice business.
Oh,
I
okay.
started.
It's just it's a
Everything
lot.
is what she didn't do.
Yes.
You did a lot of
yes,
stuff.
yes. Pandemic pivot.
Actually, you said that at the beginning. You stayed busy during the pandemic.
yes, yes.
Exactly.
What is the name of your brand
The
and
brand
company?
is Fresh Fuse.
Fresh
Fresh
fish.
Fuse juices is all natural juices.
Where can we get
like,
it?
You can purchase them. Oh, actually, you perform at Decky's. Decky's always.
Oh.
If you ever had passion fruit
Look
by
at
Decky's,
that.
that's my juice,
Oh,
darling.
really?
Darling.
Yes. Well, you know.
Love it. So guys, they would use the juice in the cocktails and different
Yes.
things.
Oh,
And
nice.
listen,
yes. And
royalty
actually-
indeed.
All natural.
Cunt.
So it's in the
All
G Funk.
natural. Oh, yeah.
It's
very bad.
it's in the G Funk.
My favorite drink,
Okay,
you
this
know.
one.
About
favorite
G
drink.
Funk. What you know about G Funk? I like that. G is for gin. That's good
When
enough
I
for
need,
me.
after a tough weekend, when I need to just relax and wind down, I go by Decky's and I
Decky's, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
listen, I need a
Big
G
up
Funk.
Jackie.
All right.
So that was
Big
just
up
gonna be. I was just kind of going through
Jackie's, yeah. Big up
my
you, boy.
pandemic pivot was the last one that I had. So
Right.
go ahead.
Yes. So I mean, you went through it all. You are a busy woman, boy.
Busy.
Sure.
Bunch of
What can we expect now? Look forward to now. What's on the horizon for you?
All right. So, my company, Islandholics Entertainment, it's been around. At least I've had it registered, but I've not really been utilizing the brand.
Right.
So what is happening now? I'm bringing everything under the brand.
Lovely.
And the new leg, because I've always been doing it, like the communication aspect, linking my people from away here. I am the person that they will call. Who do you know? So we need somebody for
Right.
Indeed.
the,
So you are the
soul
liaison.
trade. Do you know anyone? How can I get onto such and such?
Right.
And I'll be like, all right, let me call. But as I said, I would do that behind the scenes. We recently had Born Americans guy, Edley Shine, came to Trinidad.
Okay.
So of course I organized all his interviews and whatever.
Oh,
I'm
so
yet
you're
to
like
see him.
PR
So now
too.
you do
With that.
officially what you
Nice.
did for Akon.
Correct.
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you. It's
Yes.
like,
I like it.
I am
Back in-
so inspired.
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
It's
Avert my
more or
gaze,
less
look
like
away.
you've been doing it all along, so now it's just to bring it
Make
under
it.
Yes,
one
got
umbrella.
it.
Make it official.
Got it.
Make it
Indeed.
official. So
Love
that's what's on the table
Beautiful.
now.
Love that. Love that.
Charlie, before we wrap, is there anything else that that we didn't touch on or
That I would want to mention.
Give us handles too. Don't forget. Where
I
we
was
can
now,
find you.
Lex, I was
That's the
waiting.
last thing.
I was waiting. So this is actually just stemming from the conversation, not just topic of the day, how not to lose yourself. Anyone out there, because we have some amazing artists that are locked on to the live. Shouts to the Chase and to Candy Morgan as well. And we're all sort of in this space learning and growing.
Yes.
What's one bit of advice that you'd give to anyone out there wanting to
Get into this.
take it to the next level, or even just get into it, or follow whatever their passion is? Tell
All
us.
right. So first, like you were saying about the relationships, you have to know yourself. Know what it is you love, what you're passionate about. Because a lot of times, the finance doesn't come immediately. But you put in the work with love, and trust me, it will bring the rewards.
Right.
So it's not an easy road, but you first believe in yourself, don't start to sing
You
it's
listen,
not an
she
easy
fighting.
road.
I don't like that she's holding herself back. This is not Cambridge.
No, I tried. Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate you. It's out of my system.
Come.
But you have
And
to
she
know it.
love a buju.
Yeah, love a buju. So you have to know it, right?
You have to know,
Good.
yes.
And do it with joy.
Do it with joy.
Do it with joy.
And passion, and your
Love
purpose
that.
will be fulfilled.
Fire Wolfman said, we'll go and take in that movie for sure.
sure.
Yes.
Please
Yes,
do.
indeed.
Wonderful.
All right.
And then last question was
Your handles. And where we can find you on social
Online.
media, very important.
Yes,
For people who want to
IG,
see.
my IG handle is Ocean. Ocean. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Ocean, wow.
all right.
Official
go to the
Charlie.
Official
Charlie Griffith, TT. And people know E and Charlie, yeah?
All
so
right.
It's official Charlie.
It's just
Griffith,
an eye, people.
TT, just an eye. Right.
Love that.
And on my Facebook, it's the same.
Okay.
You're
Or Charlie
TikToking? You're not
Griffith.
TikToking?
TikTok also is official Charlie Griffith.
Official Charlie. Oh, okay,
Nice.
good.
It's one easy
One easy
yeah.
thing all the way through.
Thank
wow.
you so much.
Charlie.
Guys, big up you, Charlie.
Gosh, thanks so much more now for carving time out of what clearly is a mad schedule to chat and chat with these three island girls.
Trend 076 says, love the guest. She is a classic beauty.
She is.
We
right?
agree.
She
and that person
is.
seems to be new too. Trend,
Yes.
big up you.
Awesome.
Oh, we also have Corinthia
Thank you.
Rodriguez. Oh my God, that's my auntie. Hi, auntie.
Hey, what did she say?
She said self first above all else.
Oh, from topic of the day.
Yes, never settle for anything less than you are worth. Compromise only when it's mutually beneficial.
Oh, yes,
Facts on
auntie.
facts.
Some
Auntie
good
And
advice.
I feel like it's
Great
almost
advice.
almost about career and love too. Like
Yeah.
know your worth and don't sacrifice. I love how it's just come together.
Indeed. I think it is important still to say, let's not lose the point, which is not to be selfish or come across as selfish, but remember to keep yourself in the equation too, and
Of course.
make sure that
Centered.
it's not depleting you in a way that is
Yes.
taking away.
Away from. Of
It's a building of from the two. Everybody chips
Correct.
in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it there.
Yes.
And with that, we wrap our spotlight segment. We want to thank you, Charlie, for being here
Charlie.
with us.
Yeah,
You
but
were
don't go
nice
away.
to us.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
We have
My gosh.
she's
take
staying on for the next part, right?
So I was now gonna ask, let you know, like I told you, you have the option of staying with us till the end of the show. We might wrap about 8:45.
Yeah.
Or you can take your leave and part gracefully.
I will do that.
Yes.
I have a daughter.
She have things
No
to do.
problem.
Not a problem.
We
We
understand.
appreciate it so very much.
Thank
Thanks
you so
again,
much.
y'all.
Yeah,
You
Charlie.
guys, I really enjoyed it. And to all your beautiful listeners, please go out and check the Vasa Claw. You'll
Yes.
enjoy
The
it.
Yes,
Vasa
we
Claw,
certainly
yes,
will.
absolutely.
Movie
And of course,
Town and Cinemas 8.
Movie Town and
Yes.
Cinemas 8. On what date? September the 14th of September, y'all. Of course, we are going to be back with much more show. Don't forget to
Your
like, comment, and
fave
share.
is
It's
coming
not
up.
too late. Fave segment of it all. But thanks again, Charlie. And of course, keep it locked to Island Girl Talk right here on OURradio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Success we preach, so you know we are forget it. We don't wait around for life, it's often like it, that's spaghetti. We are chase on the money life, sweeter than the honey lights. It was a sweet wine, we know want to end it. And we can't push past, life don't reverse, so me keep pressing on. See me boots well beat, so you know the road long. Journey me the pan like sea it around. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, but mind can't keep down. Said I'm not relevant, them are dreamers. Live life so we know where we come from. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, but mind can't keep down. not relevant, them are dreamers. Live large, but we know where we take it from a realist. My problems, me delete it. That I know my load, so me I'm gonna try to relieve it. And my life, me I live it. And this time when I study bad mind, we defeat it. Take a shot and pull a big split. I take a trip up on a big ship, life is selective. If you know how we live it, I feel like we are living. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, bad mind can't keep down. Said I'm not relevant, them are dreamers. Live large, but we know where we come from. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, bad mind can't keep down. Said I'm not relevant, them are dreamers. Live large, but we know where we come from. Success we free, so you know we are forget it. We no wait around for life, it's often like it as spaghetti. We are chase on the money life, sweeter than the honey lights. It was a sweet wine, we know how to end it. And we can't push past, life don't reverse, so me keep pressing on. See me boots well beat, so you know the road long. Journey me the pan like seas it around. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, bad mind can't keep down. Said I'm not relevant, them are dreamers. Live large, so we know where we come from. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, bad mind can't keep down. Said I'm not relevant, them are dreamers. Live large, so we know where we come from. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, bad mind can't keep down. Said I'm not relevant, them are dreamers. Live large, so we know where we come from. We are get so high, can't see ground. Level up, bad mind can't keep down. Said I'm not relevant, them are dreamers. Live large, so we know where we come from. Walk out on them. We do it easy, run out on them. When we leave, we are solve problems. On the streets, we are cause problems. Walk out on them. We do it easy, run out on them. When we leave, we are solve problems. In the streets, we are cause problems.
If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. Just while you know the code G, but don't rush, take it slowly. Just ride the wave, baby. One day it could be worth it. Walk one, put you on the love, I don't know. I hate it when you mess up the code. I thought we made it clear. Them feelings can't be here. At least yet, you the only one that stick like a melody. No matter what I do, you can't leave my head for real. So I talk to 10 man, but I feel usually one. Now I end up with none. Ask me how I feel. Me do I fall in love. Me do I my hopes up. And you know my past. Me get hurt so much and that changed my path. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. Send my ID on the WhatsApp quick. And every time the boy go and shoot, don't miss. But like it when you call my phone, make it ring long, long. Let him rush to my house quickly. Yeah, clingy, I'm like that. Little crazy, and if you play mad, me go and bite back. You don't play no games, and he know that if you try me, he go end up in a coma, yeah. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know what to do, baby. If you want me, just call me. If you need me, you know where to find me.
Dogs, I'm ready.
This beat ain't normal.
One day, Benz and Beamers in the driveway. I love a main gal on a side B. New J's on, I feel like Spike Lee. Oh, I mix it up, I'll wear the Nike. Probably why the man, them watch me sideways. Oh, I come around, but it's unlikely. 10 toes long, I move so grimy, I move so shicey. Lavish life I endorse. No focus on the man, just bring it straight for the boss. And watch me up in the Jeep and just suppress the exhaust and tell the price. Cause I don't care about the cost. And by the time we win them, I go realize that them lost without the code. Them can't decipher talk it in Moss. And stay active, the recipe, and we are the source. Forget the Beamer or the Bentley, I'll just get me the Porsche. Tell them runway, Bible on the dash like gunplay. Trap from Monday to Sunday. Man say them better than 1K. Ask them where like Dundee. No make me rise up the game, man, I lie and make me swing pon them ends like a monkey. Man ever ready and done say. For the warfare, man been a boss, no plum pay. I'll slip through the crack like a junkie. So what you really suppose? Man them say them rich and them can't even come close. If you want to celebrate then you could come take a toast. If you're riding we could go until we love the smokes. And if not a little just put aside all the jokes. By the end of the day you'll end up be a repose. Of course I got the power cause I've been going ghost. Now they look me in my face and say you're doing the most. Me ain't at the boss. It's a difference and I try to put some mean on the plan. And they stab me in my back for just a couple of grand. That means that you don't mind seeing me as a man. Could've been here but you don't mind being my fan. End of story. All when you lose still popping out nowhere like voodoo. If you want the warfare, my G. I'll send my dogs at the frame like Blue's Clues. I got this 4-5, never run safety. Anybody gets it, some like ABG. Been done rude and made it back safely. Tryna buy whips and chains, no slavery. High grade savory, nowadays the girl them favor me. Watch me take this thing from A to B. Tryna be the fresh prince, so I need my aunts and my uncles. Pocket fill, no James Avery. But that's another day for the convos. Right now I'm dodging pagans and potholes. Finding out how to live life like a honcho. Going straight from the back doors to the front rows. Man them talk road, but we done those. 1K was really getting composed. Now we get the gal them sweet like fun rose. Remember when I tell you certain man couldn't come close. One day, Benz and Beamers in the driveway. I'll have a main gal on a side bay. New J's on, I feel like Spike Lee. Feel like Spike Lee.
Angel, hey Addy, we bury them deep from them have no loyalty. What your friends will you keep, what your people you trust. Cause human beings only take what they want. Not for them a friend killer. Not for them a friend killer. Some a just cut them off, cut them off. Block them out, block them out. Yeah, man. Lock them off, cut them off, Dre. I thank you, Jaja, for opening my eyes to see some humans I had around me. Now for them, they only had bad intentions. While, but what them to win? Now for them, when they sing at the fade, they're hypocrites, but not pretend. Lock them off like them deep in a jail. For them, a friend killer.
We are back, guys. We are back with more show for you. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I am Lex.
And I'm Camber Joe.
Listen, sorry for the little, we had a little something to deal with. All right, guys, but we're back. We're back for you, all right? I feel a little flustered. But
yeah, you rush.
We getting right into it.
Yes, we are.
Wait, before you do that, sorry.
yes, you have due diligence.
Yes, due diligence before we get into it, because once we get into that is it, y'all. O.U.R Radio is getting ready because KFC is presenting our DJ battle. We are looking for the hottest young DJs and announcers to become part of our patriotic lineup and represent Trinidad and Tobago music the right way. Do you have what it takes to impress our celebrity judges and entertain the fans live on air? Then now is your chance to win brand new DJ equipment, vouchers, and a 1-year contract with OURradio.fm to fulfill our coveted Friday night slot. How can you register? Well, send us a 15-minute demo and you're going to send that to djbattle@OURradio.fm. Please know that contestants must be 18 years and over, and the deadline for submissions is Friday, September the 1st. Be sure that you contact us and keep it locked to our Instagram page at OURradio.fm for all contest details. So, submit your demos now and get ready to win our DJ battle. Brought to you by KFC Streamline Systems and O.U.R Radio Limited.
Well done, Cam.
Did she breathe?
I really had to go and do that radio, that broadcasting.
Talking about singing, soca and diaphragm. Child.
Yes, girl.
Breath control.
Did you even breathe?
I did.
Jeez, son.
I did.
Impressed.
Thanks.
Yes, I. So, guys.
Bite up.
It's time for
Sip and Spill.
Cheers. Where, of course, we sip. And we spill.
But before we sip and spill, due diligence. Everything. Due diligence, we can find out.
And of course, I had to put my little character. Right?
Yes, I love it.
Dear into the unknown with Caribbean hard ciders, all new flavors. Caribbean Brut and Mimosa, and discover a taste that's perfect for you. Still gluten-free and all natural, so you can enjoy every moment guilt-free. Caribbean hard cider, moments made extraordinary.
He's not boy.
Oh, Lord.
But I love it so much. Don't ever change.
I need to talk to management. Please
don't ever change. Ahem. So, your girl have real questions.
But wait.
Oh, sorry.
And with that, we commence
our sip and spill segment. Yes, ma'am. How dare we forget?
You ready like Freddie?
Ready like Freddie. As I was hard on myself the other day, and I was like, I don't like that as feel like a fishing. As always get, but I don't like to feel. I like to be ready like Freddie, right?
Like Freddie.
Okay.
I'm mad at that.
So we'll start off really easy, right? I think.
You think? Okay.
If you aren't at work or at home, what's the third place you are most likely to be?
On a stage.
That's work.
That's so easy.
But that's
not work for me. That's correct.
You still get paid.
So what? I would do it for free.
No.
I might be happy about it, but damn, I'd still do it.
But it's still work. Work, and not home.
On a stage, Cambodia.
Sorry, I reject that answer. Because right now you're getting paid for it, so right now it's work.
Be or where I would want to be.
No, the third place you'd be. So it means processing where you are in your life and where's your third place.
I'm telling you the truth. If I'm not at home or working on us, that's all I do. Oh my God, that's a problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's understood.
I'm gonna take a step for real.
Yeah, no, legit.
Is it where you'd be or where you'd like to be?
No, where you are.
Okay.
Where you are most likely to be, where you are.
Right. All right.
Habit and commonplace.
Okay.
So home here in Trinidad, if I'm not home or working, geez, son.
I look at things here now. I racking my
trying out new products at Superfarm or Starlight Plaza.
And there you go, because that's what you love.
I love to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. That was easy.
Out brand new products.
Like, don't watch me.
Yeah. Especially hair products and face products.
Like all it looks good.
If I was not here,
yeah,
I would probably be at some restaurant wherever I end up
eating something nice.
Yeah.
I know it is.
You see, right? God, you can take back your look, please.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Very like Freddie.
But I'll be at a games night.
A games night?
Yeah,
games
all the
night.
time.
You know, I've never
Love
really
them.
been to one of those.
No, those are
So much
hilarious
fun.
and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
That's
So
my vibe right
What
there.
about you, Cam?
after all our gun talk, I have no idea.
For reals?
For reals.
Oh
For reals.
my.
Right now, and this is why I'm gonna reflect on it. So much of the stage and the phase that I'm in is about work and reestablishing
Right.
where I want to be, the whole using my voice space. That is it. So right about now, and I'm not proud about it, the third place I'm most likely to be is probably scrolling Twitter.
For real?
Right.
Because that's my come down from everything else that I'm navigating. So work is so vast. Work is corporate. Work is, I love hair, but at the end of the day, it's still work in a sense because there's a commitment to it. If I didn't feel like showing up one day, I'll never live with myself because there's a level of desire, yes, but it's still work in a sense. Even when I'm on air on radio, it's still work in a sense, and that's really all I get. And outside of that, it's home and it's mommying, and so because of so many different changes, the most likely place, and I'm not proud about it, scrolling Twitter, but I scream with laugh every single time, and therefore
I was about to say
it's a good place to be for me.
Twitter,
for right now, not proud, but
Twitter is more exciting than TikTok.
I'm afraid of TikTok. I've told you this already.
yes,
I will
yes, you
lose my life.
You might lose yourself in TikTok. I can't.
Yes.
I go down the rabbit hole.
that kind of person.
every
Yes.
single night.
Yeah,
This
with
is
all the
how I-
music and stuff. Yeah, you can
So between the music and then it's going to be one video that then links to another video that
Correct.
links to another
Yes,
no,
that's
I know
it.
my limits. I know my boundaries.
I'm
Know
not gonna
thyself.
lie. When I'm winding down just before bed, TikTok is life. That is literally. I like to go down the rabbit hole.
Nah, I know myself.
Oh my God, what's this,
I
what's
have
this,
I
what's
have to get my rest in, and when I don't get my rest in, it's a mess. So yeah.
No problem.
Okay, should I go? Or let's
Sure,
see.
you go.
Afraid licks.
All right. What is one word? One word that truly encompasses who you are. Like anybody who hears that one word, they will think of you.
Unicorn.
Unicorn. All right. You always do say that you're magical.
I am.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I am.
What
She
about
never
you?
lied.
Think harder.
I thinking hard. Thinking real hard.
Actually, I didn't think hard. I just let the first word fall out my mouth.
Yeah.
Unicorn. Because the hard, I think then you said
More
one.
things.
I just stressed
Right.
one, and I started to get palpitations because I was like, how am I going to choose just
Okay, I would say creative.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intense.
So, ladies and gents, if you opened a thesaurus and you looked next to the word intense, Crystal Gate.
Hey, intense good, intense bad, and
Just
intense. Just intense
Just
all
intense.
across the board.
10,
you know
10,
what? And I
10s.
own that shit because I like being intense.
Intense
It
across the
forces
board.
people
Intense,
to.
intense.
It forces people to
Up the game.
be authentic.
Or bust
And
out.
up the game.
And know up the game and know not to come around me with any ish.
I got you.
Intense.
I hear you.
Fair enough.
I mean, I have real other words, but like when I think of that one thing, unicorn. And it's
Yeah.
not just the magical piece or the see a woman, be a woman kind of vibes I could come with, but literally unicorn. Mystical, magical.
suits you.
Yeah, unicorn. That's
Yeah.
it, the end.
Yes.
All right, Lex.
My question is,
Afraid.
what is the biggest dating disappointment you've experienced so far?
I can't answer that question.
Look at Chris' face.
Can it just be a one-off
Just go.
thing or
Just-
somebody that you dated? 'Cause
I don't even know.
It could be
A one-off thing?
Yeah, it could be
Okay.
anything. Yes.
It was my fault, but then again, what isn't?
Don't be like that.
Oh my God.
No.
Most people, they like to blame now.
Right.
But if I am wrong, I say wrong. So I don't do meet and greets with people online. It is just not my thing.
When you say meet and
like
greets.
a Tinder or and you go and you meet
okay.
them for drinks. Especially in Trinidad, you'll never get me to that shit. I did meet some really nice friends in the UK and in other parts of Europe and in America where I felt better about that. But here in Trinidad, I ain't gonna meet nobody because you don't know who's a criminal. You just
Don't know who is who.
right?
Right.
And the culture too now is not Tinder friendly.
Right.
But this was a few years ago. Well, I met this person. Okay, no, I lie. They saw me performing at Paprika. I saw the person, they saw me. Eyes made 4. He was cute. Ting. I was up on the thing on the platform, so I couldn't see how tall he was.
Oh, was not.
Right?
Told he was not.
Maybe full of. He was not as tall as I would have liked him to be, but he was a decent kind of guy, expat, you know, little accent. You know me, I like a British accent. He's mom. So
nobody was on your girl. What's this? Oh my.
So that was that, and I didn't, you know, being me, I don't do the whole exchange. I just introvert-ish. Saw him on Tinder. I was like, hey, that's the guy. So I swiped right.
Sliding them.
And he had already swiped right on me. So we matched. And he messaged not too long after.
Right.
And after like a few days of messaging, maybe a week, they asked me out to show is it show on One Woodbridge Place for lunch. So I was like,
oh, for lunch date, nice.
Do I go? Do I not go? Because it's like, oh my God, Crystal, you meet, you know, what if he's a freakazoid and I can like
just send your location to somebody and say, hey, I'm going out with someone allegedly named Bob.
All the time. Right? I do that. But still, I don't want the experience of knowing that this was a freak.
Right.
So decided to go.
Good.
And right up until going, I was still nervous. So I drove around that Savannah about 3 times.
Wow.
Because the anxiety, that is, so when people say, Crystal, you're not an introvert, that I think in times like that is when my introvertiveness comes out. I circled that Savannah about 3 times thinking, should you go back home? Okay, go back home. I was finally went. And the guy was there. I was like, I'm so sorry. Something came up. And then I was like, okay, I lied. I was so nervous about this. I wasn't sure. You know what I mean? Total doc. And he was pissed. Because apparently in Europe, you just don't do those things. Can you imagine? Right? So he was like, so I was waiting here for like almost an hour while you decided whether to come meet me. I'm not an axe murderer. I'm not in his British accent, which was adorable. And I was like, I'm still not sure. This is the first for me. I've never done this before, like ever. So you had to bear with me. And he was like, okay, it was nice meeting you. I got up and left.
Man said no. He knew he had boundaries, y'all. He knew himself.
And he employed them.
He was rude a little. He was a little rude, right? I can't blame him, but I would have done it with a little more dignity, a little more class.
That's not. He said nah. He said.
But you know what it was? This is gonna sound so bad. Remember I mentioned that height thing?
Yeah.
He looked even shorter. And I was like, that is a short man move. No offense, guys.
Oh, gosh. Offense may be taken somewhere.
Please don't come for us any comments.
I weak.
Guys, don't come for us, you know.
I weak.
And my defense already started sipping on Carrier. But no, the way he did it was so... I couldn't blame him.
Right.
But he was so cocky with it.
Right.
I was like, just, and he mumbled, just because you think you something doesn't mean. So I didn't hear everything, but I know it meant like, who do you think you are?
Dodged.
You know? When all it really was me crapping bricks because I don't know what to expect.
Do you think?
I think I dodged a bullet, like you said.
What? Some kind of superstar.
Sing it with your chest.
You have got to slam it, shake it, move it.
I don't know it. I don't know it.
Spice
She'll
Girls.
be by herself there.
That's all right. That's okay.
You ain't get no ping for that.
That's okay. Spice. Oh, so just because you don't know it, there's no ping?
Because I want to sing with you too.
It's Spice Girls. Who do you think you are?
No, I don't know that Spice Girls song.
Okay, so Spice Girls.
All right. No problem.
That's all right. I don't think I could answer that question fairly, but there was one very hilarious thing. So once upon a time, I did give Tinder a try. I was just like,
oh, wow.
What is there to lose? And I was like, very, very, very soon after, I was like, there's a lot to lose. This is a waste of my time. Anyways, so there was this, it's funny that you say foreigner, there was this interesting fellow, never really met him because he stood me up.
That's
he
actually
swiped.
my experience as well.
I guess somebody it swiped. There was a match, and I was like, okay, that's how this works. All right, very decent looking guy. I was like, you know what? Clearly he's not from here, and like, you know, you saw in his bio that, you know, he would be traveling or whatever. Fine. I was like, again, I'm not going in with this mentality of it has to do or be anything more than, but you know, courage and all the different things. Your guild doesn't do them kind of things. And I was like, all right, maybe he's going to be an axe murderer. So message my friend at the time, and I was like, all right, so hey, I'm doing this. I got a match. She's like, oh my God, you got a match on Tinder. Yeah. I was like, okay. When he was the person, he was like, okay, 3 p.m. sounds good. You know, what do you recommend? Because I'm not here from here to there. I was like, well, we could do, and, you know, suggested a place that one would replace or whatever for a nice, cool, sort of no pressure. Put on a little makeup. I was like, you know, this is new. I'm being brave. Look at me going out and meeting people. And this effer never showed up. Never messaged.
Maybe he was scared.
I don't give a sorry. Never messaged. I waited like 45 minutes because, again, give people grace. And then I reached out via the DM and I was like, hey, one tick.
Oh my God.
The person came back and was like, are you ready to order? I was like, yes, I'd like to have. And
Thank you very
ate
much.
and drank to my heart's merriment by myself. And then I was like, I could do this more often.
Okay. All right.
And I was like, because we're talking like your girl was dressed up and the makeup was done and the hair was done. I was like, hold on. And that actually unlocked a huge bit. Absolutely, wherever you are, right? I mean, and I guess because it was no pressure, like I didn't like this person, so it didn't feel like this blow of rejection. A whole lot of, and what's wrong? I was just like,
rejection, nothing.
This effort, like really. And then I was like, hold on,
I'm cute.
I like this.
This vibe is cute.
I'm gonna do this more often, and henceforth began my whole taking myself on dates. And I have to wait.
I don't have a problem going.
No issue with it. Yeah,
I meet people more readily when I go out alone.
Now with people still talking.
See why I go by Jackie's.
My story is the same as Sapple wasn't on Tinder. I knew the person.
Dirty. Stink and dirty.
Well, his friends now?
Yeah, no.
That's like face.
Absolutely not. Happened once and that's it.
Yeah, you just get one chance. Chance. Okay, we neglecting the chat earlier before the next round.
But she didn't divulge.
Oh, she said, oh, sorry,
no,
what was it?
The same. Like,
where were you going?
We were meeting for drinks. And then when I was calling, messaging, no response.
Stink.
The only thing is that not days after, about the day after, he messaged and said something about he lost his phone and something. Okay, so no problem. Bye.
Oh, go away. Make it believable now.
Please. Try.
Anyway, so jumping into the chat real quick. Dion's. Hey, Dion.
Did you know I met Dion's thoughts and feelings?
He just said so in the chat.
So this is what is happening. So you saw to all else.
Yes. See Crystal and Kemba hoping for the trifecta.
Yes.
At Jackie's. Yeah, no. I saw happy anniversary, Dion.
So you're not a girl.
No, far from.
No, he's not.
Happy anniversary, Dion. So I never gave you all the story about how I met Dion. I'll tell you one day, maybe off air. It was really funny, but I'm so grateful that we were able to smooth over that little rough patch, and now he's just an absolute sweetheart. I always knew he would have been one. Fire Wolfman, I think this had to do with the third place that you'll find him on a court. So very athletic, clearly Fire Wolfman. Colin Agard, yes, Colin, games nights. Talk your things. You just say when. We did. Dion's thoughts and feelings was reminding me it's not Twitter, it's X. Listen, now. I just still say hi, Lou. You will give me a chance.
There will be no massy up in here.
It's true.
Carry on. What is Tinder friendly? Nothing.
I wanna answer that. Tinder friendly is like, okay, so I've experienced Tinder in other countries, and it's a culture so that people aren't as afraid to go and do a follow-up meet and greet after the Tinder experience. You know what I mean? It's like literally the culture, and there's certain things you could do to ensure that you're not gonna get hacked to pieces by some raving lunatic. But here in Trinidad, it's just too creepy. It's not in our culture, really. It's not mainstream kind of thing, and it's
Dion comes back. Yeah, so and it's true because we don't have a dating culture here. Other countries do. That's really what it ties into. Yes, Dion. So this story reminds me of the screenshots that I shared to my IG story today. The don't expect sex on a first date post. So this, for those of you that don't know, Kemajo_talks is my IG profile. And Danny Deboulay, someone that I follow, she posted a screenshot of a Tinder exchange where in her dating profile she puts what she's open to, and she's not open to sex on a first date.
Right.
Oh.
Had somebody jump in her DMs this long essay about, I just feel like if you don't expect sex on a first date or you not having sex on a first date makes me feel rejected. And
Creep.
It was so scary. Like I posted it, I just put my God with like the wide eye open, red face, blushing emoji.
It makes them feel rejected.
Dog, if you read it, Chris, you're gonna go ballistic. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It was terrible, but
don't go there.
Pretty much that
is like a slim girl posting herself having a good time with her family on a beach, and a fat person says, "You're offending me with your slim body."
Hit dogs yell the most, and so that was in response to what you had shared with the the not so tall man. That I kind of reminded him of that. And yes, happy anniversary to you, and that's it. That's what we got in the chat for now.
All right.
He was offended.
Yeah. If you decide to read it, just pinch your swords.
I'm not going to.
Don't do it. Okay, fine.
I may find him on Instagram and
no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Send him a message.
One more round?
Yes, please.
I think.
One more.
Can we just do two more?
Two more questions.
Anybody wants to ask another one?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Lex, you go first now, and then maybe I could read the last one.
That's what you got.
All right. So, when was the last time you tried something new, and what was it?
That was one of my questions.
Don't lie.
Oh wow. I don't know. I can't remember.
The last time, boy? Shoot. Yes, it might be simple. I am trying to become a little more intimate with the whole social media space. Y'all know. Your girl is just not.
Did you try Twitter? I mean,
no,
TikTok?
I did not. That was not it.
Chris just keeps coming back.
I love your consistency and your persistence, truly.
She's gonna be
on IG, I'm trying. It's really, really hard for me. I have no idea how hard it is. But I did my pedi the other day.
Right.
It's my hot pink. You'll have to see it.
I saw it.
Barbie girl.
Barbie.
And
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Did you say in the Barbie world?
No.
It's in a Barbie world. Okay, good.
Okay,
We're
right.
from the same
Anyway,
world.
and so
it
was
new.
It was new for me to sort of engage with the folks that I follow a little bit, and so I kind of was in that space of the party. I was like, hey, what if I just like snapshot and like ask people to guess the nail polish color that I'm going to do, whatever. And that was new for me. As simple
like
as it is. Yes, it was like, guess the color. So I just posted on my stories, posted a picture. You couldn't see the toe, but you could tell that it was part of that.
Engaging with your audience.
As simple as it was, it was
so proud of you.
It was so uncomfortable for me, as simple as it was, because I don't know.
I think I know what you mean, but
I
like
know
that you did it.
And I did, and it was nice because, folks commented and engaged. Of course, I guess the color was pink. Come on. But it was fun being able to learn as well and sort of engage with people in that way. So that was something small that I tried.
But significant.
For me, yes. And I liked it. I did.
Lovely.
Do some more.
I can't tell you. I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't know what's nothing new.
Want something small?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm the type of person that's open to something new, trying new things all the time, but nothing comes to my mind right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So my thing was starting self-care Sundays.
Ooh.
Hello.
So on a Sunday, once I'm home, I'm doing everything. My facial, I'll do a mask and toner and everything.
And do you tell the family to leave you alone?
Yes, I do.
Good.
I make sure and I make that space for myself.
I like that.
I like that. Okay. Last question. We wrap it up.
Yes.
Can I ask? I think
Sure.
I got one.
Dale.
I'm just get it. I lost it.
Okay.
I got it.
Go ahead.
What is it? If you were a cocktail, what cocktail would you be? I already know. G-Funk.
Of course.
By Jackie's.
Of course. Specifically by Jackie's. I think that I would be something. I don't think that it's already in existence, or maybe it is and I just don't know. I would be something that is gin based because
It is gin.
but also something
G-Funk has gin in it.
I know. Something citrusy, not quite G-Funk. So I'm a citrus girl. I love citrus. That's my thing. But also like it packs a punch. So I almost feel like, and this may be weird, but something that maybe is like ginger or sorrel, because sorrel, when brewed very, very strongly, it could give you a little punch. So she's sweet, but she packs a punch. And gin based.
G-Funk packs a punch.
It does.
Maybe you might be a G-Funk
Maybe I might
too.
be a G-Funk. We'll have to go and find out.
Because I was talking
We'll have
with,
to have
with
another
one
one.
of the owners, and I was like, this is where I got the question from.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think if I had a cocktail that would represent me, it would be this.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah,
Yeah, there's one with gin and sorrel, and I almost feel
told me
like
about that one.
the gin and the sorrel with like another flavor to kind of give it a boost. I don't know.
you know who she reminded me? Tell me that this, listen, Navy, tell me this doesn't remind you of Kevin, who passed away.
Kevin, who's Kevin?
The one who got shot?
Right? What's his name?
The one who got in the car park?
When he's doing his TikTok and he's saying something real funny, and then he just goes like,
Rest in peace.
That is literally
Your
who you
legacy
reminded
lives
me
on.
of.
Yeah, I don't know,
Wow.
but packs a little something. More than just the G-Funk. Because I did have the G-Funk, but it still wasn't as just that subtle. You can't miss it.
Yes.
But it's a little roughness amid the sweet.
So you're sweet. Yeah,
Packs a
punch. You're a little rough.
Yes, ma'am.
All your suitors out there, you're
Nah,
hearing this out,
stay away.
All right.
Oh my God.
Lex, what would you?
Corrector?
Or not at all.
What would you be?
I think I'll be a mojito.
Mm.
Yeah. Because she's classic.
Right.
But she's a little fresh with the mint.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And the alcohol is still strong enough for you to feel a little buzz.
nice. A little sweet.
I'll be a mojito.
Huh?
A
Yes.
mojito.
All right.
Love that. Love that. Okay. My last question. I
Yes.
like that. That was
you
a
have
fun
one?
one.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, last one.
Yeah.
How has your understanding of love changed throughout your life?
Oh, God, Camper. Joe, you did us this last week.
Every week.
You are becoming the new KTC.
I am me with a little sprinkle. Because I loved those questions. How has your understanding of love changed through your life?
I do not want to answer that question.
Okay.
I
Lex, what would you? Ponderations.
I think it ties in nicely with our topic of the day.
Oh, okay, yes, smart.
Yeah, because it is learning to give yourself a little grace. You could love, but not be dotish. But yes, but
No,
you could
say it
love.
again. You could love and not be dotish. Facts. Absolute facts, yeah.
So it's really growing through love and understanding that it does not necessarily mean that you lose yourself completely. You can love someone all encompassing. I don't know about the unconditional. Some people can't see that word, but yes, unconditionally.
So that's what it means for you
For
personally.
me, correct.
Let me answer the question. I thought I do like a complete ESS.
Unconditionally. Katy Perry.
I know it's it.
Love that song.
Question one
I
more
gotta tell you,
time.
some people don't like that word, unconditional.
Tough. How has your understanding of love changed throughout your life?
It is not rigid. I have the answer, I just didn't want to answer.
You don't have to, babe.
Because it's triggering.
That's okay.
But one thing I will say is it is not controlling. And that's for me personally.
Yeah.
It is not controlling. It is free flowing and allows the people involved to breathe easy, be themselves, and it's effortless.
So
done.
we in sync real
said,
plenty because my answer is literally the combination of you two. When I saw the question, and of course I really did like prep, and I was like, oh my God, topic of the day. Yeah, being able to grow through things. So I think my understanding of love as well is it is okay to have, so what you said, but also it is okay to have conflict. In fact, conflict that is healthy is an important part of love.
Yes.
Because it shows that you can have those differences, so you're not controlling. It shows that you can have your own thoughts and your own space, so be yourself without losing or the fear that this thing is gonna go.
All right.
I am no longer
Like
looking
it a
forward
lot.
to your sip and spill questions anymore. I'm gonna brace myself.
We love it, Cam.
Come on.
Wrap it up.
Come
Do the chat
on.
Group.
Yes, real quick. Firewolf man, I'm going to write this down. Lemon ginger tea martini.
Hey.
Might be onto something.
Where do you get that?
I feel like you had to go by a real nice bartender. I'm going to find him. Thank you for that. I appreciate it very, very much. I feel like...
What?
And with that...
Why?
No, we can't.
Why is Dion saying happy anniversary?
Oh, he said that
You
already.
missed that whole... Where were you? Come back to
I
me.
must have I probably was
Zone
doing
out.
something.
I talked
Y'all know
about
us, we busy,
I talked
yeah.
about where we had met. It was actually a year ago, and I wasn't very
It's the
kind.
anniversary.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought you were just telling us about
No,
where.
no. That was it for sure.
Okay.
And
All
now
right.
with that,
Okay, I knew this was gonna happen.
1/2 a Caribbean.
Okay.
Try
You
it
want
again.
to count? Okay.
And with that,
We wrap.
our Sip and Spill segment. Guys, keep it locked to Island Girl Talk right here on our radio.fm. We will be right back.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Caught in all my lies. Sometimes I just wanna cry about it. In the room with the lights off, drowning in my sadness, thinking and regret.
And we're back. It's the Island Girls. I am Lex.
I'm Crystal Kid.
And I'm Camber Joe,
And we're
y'all.
jumping right into trends. Yes.
1/2 a
And
Caribbean.
now it's time for Let's Talk Trends. Indeed.
All right, guys. So we're talking about Mr. Marshall Montano. So he was honored with a key of the city to Kingston and was met with a lot of backlash on social media. You know, people are very concerned that an entertainer from another country was able to receive that honor. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of Jamaicans were very against it, especially because it was through their Jamaica's Independence Day celebrations.
Yes.
So it was a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I read somewhere somebody commented that the honor goes to people in the Caribbean, though. So they shouldn't be too pressed about
Too pressed.
So is it the fact that the honor went to somebody else, or is it the fact that it happened on their independence? Because I put in reversing it, right? Big independence day on the 31st of
Hey,
August.
tell me about Trinidad, yeah?
And you
True,
go in and give some
Jamaican,
honor to a big
Can
love to
you
all the
imagine
Jamaicans
that?
out there. No, it will be rioting in the streets and the
Yeah,
damn right.
yeah.
So honor him absolutely, because he is like an anchor and a pillar in the industry and in the Caribbean.
But time and place?
Time and place.
I feel I
Place
need
and
more
time.
information on this, because I'm sure the people who would have bestowed this honor on him would have thought things through.
We would like to think that they did.
Sorry.
I mean, we would like that.
Certainly they would have to at least cross one person's mind. How would the public view
And that
this?
person clearly did not think of how
No,
the
they
public
did
was
not.
going to view.
No, they did not.
I ain't too sure. I'm not sure.
I feel like they were more
completely
focused on
knowledgeable
what
on
his
this.
contributions have been.
Yes.
You know, in a Caribbean sense, but they did not take into consideration that it just may not go over too
Yeah.
well.
And of
on
course, you know,
Independence
Jamaicans,
Day.
not just that Jamaicans and Trinidadians,
Yeah,
not
we-
that we don't love each other,
Yeah.
but there could be tension,
Are you
right?
saying that this honor could have been done on a different day other
That's
than Independence?
exactly what I'm
or
saying.
is it that this is usually done on Independence
Well,
Day
this
all the time?
particular honor, I think it is done on Independence Day as part of the gala.
Because then you can't really get away from it then if it's something that is done specifically on Independence Day.
But I think
if
it's
it's something that is done on Independence Day and it's something that is done regionally, so they honor whomever in the Caribbean that deserves it, then technically
valid point.
It's not an issue.
I guess what it would be interesting to find out is if this honor would have been given to a non-Jamaican on their Independence Day before.
Right.
Because I don't get the idea
before,
that even so my thing is honor your people, yes, honor your Jamaicans. It's okay. It's all right. Honor them. Find somebody else to honor. But don't do a non-national on your Independence Day. That is a little disrespectful. Valid point though, Chris. I hear what you mean. It is.
I mean, we could attest to that with our national awards.
Yeah. No, you can imagine, because we do that, right? Hummingbird medal and Trinity Cross and thing and
whom is Masha? We don't care.
A chance.
All right. I'm just kidding. The views of Crystal Kane does not reflect the views of Island Girls Talk. Okay?
Weak.
I'm just saying.
So the other trend, guys, is one not local, but we must talk about
the press.
We must talk about the Montgomery brawl. All your now
guys in the chat room,
with the word brawl, right?
We want to hear from you all in the
because I
chat room.
find
What
that gives
think?
a little negative connotation.
Yeah,
I don't find
the brawl.
The brawl,
but it was negative.
Listen, that was people coming together.
It was a brawl. It was a brawl,
but
it was still a brawl.
From you all here. We want to hear what you all think about this. Take it, Lex. What happened?
All right, so the fight stemmed from a dispute over a dockside parking spot at the Riverfront Park. So basically, the large riverboat was trying to come in to dock, and a small private boat was in this spot. It was not supposed to be in that spot, and the security guard decided to let them know and have them move their boat. They were not trying to hear that.
Just some perspective, the people on the river boat were held up for at least 45 minutes.
Yes, they were.
Waiting to debark.
Now, the small boat was owned by 3 white men, and the security guard was black. And one of the white men, when told repeatedly to move the boat, decided to attack said security guard. And everything was recorded from the riverboat that was trying to dock.
It's the angles for me.
Did you see what the security guard did after the white guy? He was like, what?
The hat, when he sent that cap in the sky, that was the signal.
Yes,
that was the signal. But Lex, what was the name of the big riverboat?
Oh,
the big
what was
just
it?
now.
Oh no,
Harriet.
Oh
no! Don't do that. I did not see that part of it.
And I saw something online. Someone posted something about Montgomery. There's a monument. Can't remember what the quote was, but it says something like "Dare to fight for our rights."
Not just that exact port or river or boatyard is notorious in their history, is known in their history as being an actual slave port. So no, take your Lex and go.
Hence the monument, Dare to fight for our rights.
Absolutely.
Like, it's embedded in the people.
That healed the world and made it a better place.
Yeah, we're not doing that here. Here is where we're not doing that.
I want to know now that we've given the information, how did it make you all feel watching that video?
So, Lex, you want to go? Go ahead. I saw the inhale. Go ahead.
No, okay, so at first, it's entertaining. That's the first thing that comes to your mind, right? But in watching it again, I really understand the coming together and the community and just black persons really supporting each other in that moment.
I think
where it started with the hat going up in the air. It was a wrap for me after that. And then when homeboy jumped in the water to swim to fight, I was like, well, no.
Someone
this
said,
serious.
can you imagine the
Yep.
physical fortitude to swim and then get up and still have the energy to body slam somebody?
Give that boy,
bro,
the key to Kingston, because
oh no. So my light came off. Maybe.
That's okay.
I think what is just so admirable as well is that the boy is just 16.
He is.
He
protect him at all costs.
Did what he felt was supposed to be done.
Protect him at all costs. I feel like so for me, I don't normally like fights. So I'm a person, I despise seeing fights happen in public. I cannot begin to tell you how many times I looked at that video.
Yeah.
And then
All
when
the
the
angles.
when the angles started coming in, it just got more and more hilarious. The best part for me, and as a girl, I like to cackle and laugh. You see them me.
They made a song.
They were just
what was it?
Montgomery. Lift every chair and swing. There's a TikTok video of a mother in a robe with her children in the grass and they are swinging chairs as exercise.
No. Oh my God.
Once I text you and it's a picture of the chair, just know that I'm about to take you too far.
I just loved the equal opportunity
screaming.
Listen,
it was a community for me.
No discrimination, woman and man got
and
it.
they also said that the men didn't go after the woman. So, of course, the woman from the private boat,
They were all up
they
in
were
it.
trying to get into it.
Get
And
fling way, boy.
get fling way. But it was when the boat finally docked, it was to see those blue t-shirts running down. And then the three Avengers who ran down the dock.
I
started swinging.
That chair with that man who swing down on that lady. I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
People
I didn't
really
even
trying
feel-
to criticize him too, but
No.
any moment,
This is
any
all terrible.
moment.
I had a good. Sorry. And that one, I think if
He was in
anything,
heat of battle.
if anything hurt me the most, like to see that happening, at first I was like, oh my God. But she went in and she started attacking the man.
They said enough is enough.
Right?
Not
And what
here.
was the serious part of it, I suppose, is the fact that had they not intervened, and I think this is why everyone is loving it in a sense, in the sense of community. Had they not intervened, that man would have lost his life that day. Had they not intervened, that security guard was going to lose his life for doing his job.
Black people, and let me speak for because I stand in solidarity with African Americans in this. African Americans are tired. They're tired of the BS.
Are. Yes.
So I'm not going to be able to say how I truly felt. I cannot say it on the show. I will not say it on the show. But I will show you all how I felt.
Show us.
Right? While watching that video. You're watching, Cam?
Camera is just looking.
I pull up on a comment.
I was like,
get him. Get him again.
Yes.
Well, I cannot really comment in the chat.
It was
let me
a
see
beautiful thing to see. It was a beautiful thing to see.
Oh my God.
I know we're not supposed to. We're really
No, it
not
was
supposed
beautiful,
to.
it was.
The views of the hosts on this panel do not reflect the views of Island Girl Talk at large.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Okay, so no, we
listen.
have quite a few mentions in the chat.
Guys, and I don't know if you all saw the press conference, but the 3 white men were charged.
Yes. Charged and arrested.
And so it just
sorry.
goes to show who was in the wrong.
What was also interesting, because now, of course, they think pieces are coming out. The same folks went to get treatment for their injuries. And here's where I'm going back to look at that video and I'm going to enjoy it.
Hit them where it hurts?
No, they went in Montgomery, Alabama. Of course, it's very, very populated with African American. They go to a hospital.
Alabama.
They go to the hospital. All of the workers are. And they call the police and they refuse to get treated.
Right.
Ooh. They call the police and the people working in the hospital to say, hey, Popo, come down here. The police got there and they were like, excuse me,
Yes,
you are
some
in a
people are
hospital.
saying it wasn't about that.
Exactly. You are in a hospital, right? You can either get treated for clearly threatening injuries or you can leave. And they left.
Well, leave.
Do it again.
All right.
That
So let's
tells
just
me
mention.
that tells me so much. That is loaded. Do you understand what you just said?
Of course. Do it again.
That means that
it was charged. It was fueled with that from the jump.
Yes.
And it makes that sense of community even
and
more.
that means it is quite possible that is what goes on the flip script when black people or people of color go
Need
into
assistance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
They know.
They know.
I am always of the opinion that these lighter hued beings, right, are privy to certain things that is only among their community.
Oh yeah, definitely.
According to
And would be
Colin,
uttered among
Colin,
people
he
of
didn't
color.
put it in the chat, but the mayonnaise marauders.
Carry on.
Read the comment because I can't look at that comment again. I'll pull up.
Rhoda in the comment says Montgomery Tea Party.
Oh my.
Brawl nothing. They F around and find out
they did.
Indeed.
I plead the fifth. And then Firewolfman said, I didn't watch any of the vids, but got the full rundown
Cannot
and
miss
round
it.
of applause.
Cannot miss it.
Yes. Rodel comes back and says, cheers, Jutsu.
Oh my God, cheers,
Firewolfman agrees.
There's a clip of a man. He's the first one I saw. The man is with this chair, and then I need to get a pair of chairings. Chairings. I love our people.
Listen,
if you could bottle
so
the feeling that they
dynamic and creative.
Yeah.
It's insane.
The satisfaction and that they must have felt that day. I wish I could bottle it.
Yeah.
Sell it so that you can feel it
every single time. Anyway, y'all.
I know we bad, but
no, I don't feel. I'm sorry.
all right.
I think the justification of it happening in that specific place at that time with everything else that's happening, and knowing that these people didn't know one another.
Right.
That is community.
It's a one-off incident,
Hopefully.
and we are, as people of color, we are okay with how it played off.
I am. I really am. I
really
don't
are.
normally just jump out and condone and say, well, yes. But in that instance, it was really not.
He really was just trying to do
was
his
not.
job.
They've been tired. And he was
Right?
trying to do his
Someone
job.
said to me on Facebook, oh, it's not about, it wasn't racially charged at all. It was because of equipment being handled a certain way. I'm like,
Ma'am,
I'm like, dude, if that's the case, right? And it was about a bunch of people advantaging one man. Why didn't the other whites who intervened afterwards help the black man if he was clearly in the right?
Right.
Why? No. The white people came to the aid of the whites, and the black people came to the aid of the blacks, and it's all started because it was racially charged to begin with.
Clear division.
Do you think that would have happened if the security guard was white?
Of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not.
No.
Anyway, y'all.
So
We do need to come back.
We are finished.
and with that, we wrap. Let's talk trends.
Yeah, our
we're gonna take
final.
quick break, 30 seconds, and we'll be back.
Blink and we'll
with
be
the
back.
lovely Kemba Joe
For Empowerment
for the
Minute.
Empowerment Minute.
Yes.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Welcome back, y'all. It's your Island Girls. I'm Kemba Joe.
I am Lex.
I'm Crystal King.
Oh my goodness. And we have to say big thank you for sticking with us all the way through.
Yep.
Somehow tech issues feel like it's the norm now, but we're going to pray that away. It can't be, right? So
Navy,
we know
big up you.
it's
Goodbye.
big up Navy. We always appreciate that you stick through those issues with us. You stick with us all the way to the end, and you'll of course hop into the chat every single moment and keep us company. All right. So of course, we talked today about how to avoid losing yourself in a relationship, and I mean, dare I say, extend that to any ship, right? We spent time with the amazing and inspiring Charlie Griffith, who talked about her journey in music and some awesome accomplishments that she's doing. Of course, we got cozy with our sip and spill. We also bonded on the hilarious things happening with trends. And now it's time for the Empowerment Minute. Woosa. And so thinking of all of those things, y'all, this quote is really simple. A meaningful accomplishment is made up of many small actions. I'll say it again. A meaningful accomplishment is made up of many small actions. So whether it's learning to love yourself, again, so that you cannot get lost in another relationship, whether it's learning to put yourself out there and, forge your path forward in your career, whatever it is, just know that a meaningful accomplishment is made up of many small actions.
Indeed. Well said.
Yeah.
Guys, that's it there?
Yes,
It is.
Guys, thank you for being here with us as always. Like Amber said, there's a bunch of you that always stick with us right through until the very end.
Right
We
until we
appreciate
lie
you.
down.
Big up you. All right. And of course, we're going to be here next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. As always, your fave Island Girls, Crystal Kane, Lacole, and the lovely Kamba Joe. Guys, keep it locked to us. We growing. We forging ahead.
We are.
We doing the damn thing.
We are. Small actions.
All right.
Big
Small
accomplishments.
Hey, love it.
See what I did there? Island Girl Talk,
where women are free to simply be unapologetically.
Keep it classy, guys.
Keep it cute.
And keep it sassy.
Unconditional, unconditional love, unconditional. Give me that love, come give me that. Give me that love, come give me that. Give me that love, come give me that. Make me say your name all day. Give me that love, come give me that. Give me that love, come give me that. Give me that love, come give me that. Make me say your name all day. Come on, give me that love. Come on, give me that love. Won't you give me that